peaceful, wanted to help, didn't want to crumble quietly all by himself. Maybe become a strip mall or a merry-go-round, maybe a shelter housing, help you rescue basset hounds. Didn't want to cross a river in our happy little town, dreamed of helter-skelter, burning bridge to the compound. Friendly bridge, hey!
Observe the minstrel show, your eyes are washing gold. This is how you know of the dynamo. Have you checked with the spirits yet? Failing to neglect the passionate. In my dreams, you are my queen to be. I'm natural and free. Did you see the prime as it passed through time, and the cast combined to become divine? What a brief display, reasons far away succumb to birds of prey, ill-fated cavalcade. Call to me, if so it echoes in my dreams. You are my temptation last night. I almost fell in the flood. I had a dream last night. All I remember was blood. Coulda took a push last night. Slumber fell in the way. I'm so glad I didn't greet the day. But I'm still not feeling right. And I'm still not feeling right. The holy speckled dove never graced my home. I tried to talk to God, they disconnected my phone. I tried to tell the truth, I found I've been betrayed. So I find myself alone at the end of each day. And I'm still not feeling right. And I'm still not feeling right. They tell me walking unto the fate. I say you better learn to see yourself from beyond the grave. You never sway anymore. I'm entitled to ignore you. I've been waiting. It was a few summers back. I stayed on track. I settled down. My fines paid for. We were drinking all the time. I lost my mind. You stayed to tame my motivations. We were quickly intertwined, and you were mine, and we were free without distinction.
Stop being so bossy.
We're here. We're live on YouTube.
Not really.
Hi, Rick. Scoot in. Scoot in so you're in
Is this
the
where my students would say I'm YouTube famous?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hey, everyone. Hello. Welcome to our live stream for Bernice 2 that's playing in the background here. We hope you go to elmwood.vhx.tv and pick it up for yourself, and you can watch it along with us. We'll be here for a little bit, answering your questions and talking about what we did in making the movie. Here's Mike.
Apple cider.
Nick was not a part of the movie yet, but
Nothing to do with it was.
he's a part of Elmwood now, which we're happy to have him around. We have Nikki Laporte. She was one of the puppeteers on the film. John Fulcher, a writer and a puppeteer on the film. Rick Corbo, he was a writer and puppeteer on the film. And we also have Rich Mislevitz, who's a writer and puppeteer on the film. Tricky Rock, Peter Luco, he was a writer, or he was a puppeteer on the film. We have an empty chair for our founder, John Bristol, who's still sharing this around on social media, up on the computer. He'll be joining us here in a second. And I'm Rick Passmore. I was one of the puppeteers, writers, and directors of the film. And I'll also be monitoring all the technical crap. So if you have an issue like John, blame me.
Cool. We got this.
Hopefully everything looks and sounds good for you for now.
Hang on, let me get my good side.
But anyway, guys, Bernice 2, we're about 30 months removed from the premiere.
Wow.
You know, so
Is that
happy
much?
30-month
Is
anniversary
it
of
2.5
Bernice 2.
years?
Wow.
That's 2.5 years.
Math!
February 2020, we released Bernice 2 up in Torrington.
Oh no, my feet.
And yeah, oh, and it's time for me. This is gonna be fun. It's time for me to take my med. I literally just got the notification on my phone.
Michael, take
Um,
Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
They gotta wash it down. But yeah, 30 months since we premiered it and shot it during the pandemic and everything, and kind of roundtable it with experiences and how you feel about it now that we're 2.5 years removed.
I don't know. My friends loved it.
Yeah.
My friends came to the second screening we did and thought it was like the sweetest thing ever. My friend brought her son who was like a junior or senior in high school that year and just like thought it was the greatest thing ever. So I think they ended up buying a video too.
It's good. If you bought it, supporting us, we appreciate that. Anybody else?
Well,
Got
for me,
anything?
I'm still not sure what I was a part of. You know, when the whole concept came together, it was a big call for everybody come up with your skits. Everybody think of something. I'm still blank to this day. I still don't have a skit for it. You know, I mean, it's redundant now. I'm just saying, but you know what I mean, like. But it was a lot of fun being part of, though. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if we left any skits out when we did it, though. I think.
I remember the first time that we sat down and we had that big sheet of paper
You had
and
a
just
big-
wrote everything
Yep.
down.
Yeah,
and
we just wrote everything. We had that big
Somehow.
powwow, just trying to throw like a big whiteboard.
Weird,
like,
dumb
yeah.
ideas. Just
Well,
throw
actually,
them out
hold on.
random.
There was the one skit. It was Fulchers actually. No, that was
Don't
it was
look
gonna
scared.
be the musical about pumping gas.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it was
we
just
didn't
too
do
much.
it.
We just couldn't do it. It was
That's
just
right. I remember.
that would have been phenomenal. But I think that was
Well,
just.
we had like 2 musical numbers in there already, so.
Well, I think that one was like an actual musical number. I think that was the whole point. Is like
Yeah.
we were gonna do choreography,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
like it got too big for how we could
Oh.
accomplishment for how we shot this movie, and I think that's part of the reason why we left it on. But at the same time, the concept was just killing us every time we talked about doing it and writing it up. Just saying, you know, this guy doesn't know. He's from New Jersey, he doesn't know how to pump gas. You know, because in
Thanks.
Jersey you can't pump your own gas, and
You can, you just get arrested for
well, you do a lot of, but you can do a lot of other things in Jersey and not get arrested.
Is that
for
true?
it.
Heathens.
it. I almost did.
For pumping your own gas.
Yeah.
And so, well, there you go,
You're
inspiration.
a bad person.
Yeah.
Can't pump it in Oregon either.
I'm not gonna drive 3,000 miles to test station.
It's a piss poor attitude to have, Fulcher.
I think in Oregon there'd be a lot.
Yeah, those are the only 2 states I know of that's the rule.
Well, Oregon, they're filtering it through cheesecloth, trying to get the ethanol out. You know. You don't give me that.
What do you know about filtering things through cheesecloth?
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
What do you know about Oregon?
Why are you wiping your face like that?
That's the look of guilt. That's the look. That's the comical, wiping the guilt off my face look.
I'm gonna do my best, Axl Rose. I'll be like 10 more minutes.
Thank you,
yeah.
Ted.
But Mike,
Hi.
What?
you were in a wheelchair for most of the movie.
Well,
Is Monkey even on a camera?
Yeah, he's on this camera.
Oh, okay.
He's really good.
If you were following along on your phone, you would know.
I was in a wheelchair. It was good.
How was puppeteering a puppet, like in a puppet-sized wheelchair? Because it wasn't an oversized wheelchair. Like it was puppet-sized.
It was like a tighter, version of what I do anyways. You know, smaller spaces, a lot more uncomfortable than regular puppetry, but
Because you're a tall fellow.
yeah,
So it makes it
Yeah.
even harder.
heavy too.
Yeah. But you did it.
We made it
and
work.
Made it
Yeah.
work.
And looked good.
Yeah.
He's filler.
So
Yeah, wheelchairs are fun.
We have
Enjoying
one
my
more
cat.
person in the wings that's just lurking right now, and that would be
If you look
John.
at the live chat,
Yeah.
nobody asks where I am.
yeah.
Show his shoes.
Hi Skip, hi Skip Redstone, hi King
Skip
Clyde.
is one of our biggest fans. We love him.
So thank you for joining.
Can everybody hear it? Okay.
Yeah,
Give us a
let us
comment.
know how everything looks and sounds too. We're kind of somewhat flying blind a
There's
little
room
bit.
over here, Mike.
Dylan, thanks for showing up. Yeah, and apologies about the mix-up. YouTube is dumb. We'll just say that right now. we had it ready to go. We were up and running, and then YouTube said, "Wait, you're not doing the right thing." And we're like, "How do you fix that?" And you don't. And
Have we ever done that?
and we haven't gotten it figured out yet. And there's John right there on the side.
Was that your wallet that just brushed my leg when you walked by?
You wish.
We're just happy to see him.
My cell phone. Sorry.
Oh.
Just said to say hi to everybody.
Hi,
Hi,
Jess.
Jess.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we're here. What did I miss? Just introductions and
We watched the whole movie.
yeah.
It's over.
It's playing again for about the 6th time today. Here.
I don't know if Ricky said, but if you have any questions, put them in the chat. We'll talk about anything Elmwood, but Bernice is the
Bernice is the main topic.
of the night.
But this is like our first live.
our first ever live chat.
Any kind of live event on YouTube, like properly doing it, not
Yeah.
pre-recording.
That's like first.
So
I want to say thank you to all you guys actually for all your hard work on the movie, and those of you who aren't here tonight, Alex and Jess, and who else are we missing? Tina, Rich's wife.
Chrissy helped out sometimes.
Matt Leonard.
wife.
Matt Leonard was a big help.
Puppetry Guild
so that was
for
great.
helping
Guild
with
Puppetry helping promote the film. But yeah, no.
Your dad for letting us use
My
the-
dad for letting us use it. My dad and my stepmom and my mom for letting us use the yard. No, we're not going to say that name. So please don't. Yeah.
3 times.
May I ask a question?
Is that your breakfast or your, is that your
lunch?
dinner?
Is that your dinner?
So yeah,
Tentacles?
yeah, here we go. Yeah, Bernice 2. You made it. So you said something about like, what is it, like 18 months, 20 months?
30 months.
It's like a year. It's been
Two and a half years.
It's crazy.
2022.
I remember heading up to the theater
That
to
dumpy
do
hotel we both stayed at too. Remember?
Where I was dressed like a used car salesman from
Yeah.
1983.
I was wearing these sunglasses that
It
night.
was
That's why I'm
very
wearing them
cold.
tonight. I'm wearing them tonight.
Yeah, it was a cold
Every
February.
every Bernice screening we did, I wore this purple. I had a purple suit, but the pants split at the premiere
Yeah.
because they were too small. But it was
That was fun.
it was a
fun.
$50 Amazon suit. You know, like one size fits
Yeah.
whatever. But then we did the
You're
second
clearly
screening. I wore the
not
coat.
whatever.
We did the third screening. I wore the coat still. But for tonight, I was like, it's too hot for the coat, but I'll still wear the sunglasses that I wore that night. So that's why I got them on.
Alright.
Keep the good luck going. Yeah. And plus, no one wants to see this whole face, especially without a beard.
Oh yeah.
Wah,
The
wah,
show's dead.
wah.
There's Plank, our original character.
Oh, yeah.
He came back for Bernice. Yeah, he came back
There
for
he is.
Bernice.
Is that a remake or is that the original?
That's the third Plank.
Yeah,
And there's
it's
going to be a
the-
fourth.
Yeah.
Because I'm not happy with that puppet as a puppet maker, so there will be a fourth.
Right, 2 T's.
And Brett with 2 T's and Bobby. Tricky made those 2
Rick Allen,
puppets.
we're missing Rick Allen.
Oh, Rick Allen. We didn't say thank. Oh, Rick Allen. Yes,
Yeah.
thank Rick's
Yeah.
not here tonight. Oh my God. Yeah.
So many Ricks.
That's the problem.
All
Too many Ricks on the dance floor.
And Nick is here though. So.
Yeah. Nick's making up for it. Nick just directed a great music
I'll be the
video
Rick.
for us.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I'll be Rick.
I'll be
It's
your
R
dad.
in parentheses, then Nick. So the R is silent. Yeah.
So he's sick.
Did you see Skip's comment?
I'm looking right now. I'm going to Skip Redstone just said I'm going to make the unofficial non-sanctioned prequel called Bernice 1, but WON.
Okay, so there actually
That's a good
Skip.
title. That's a good
Skip.
title.
There actually is a Bernice. That is not Bernice 2. If you dig deep in the Elmwood YouTube channel, you will find a short film called Bernice.
Please don't.
Actually, I'll tell the story. The reason why this movie is called Bernice 2 is because we didn't have a title we wanted to use for the movie. And Mike and I had made this silly short film that him and I just star in called Bernice. That makes no sense. And one of us just jokingly said, "Why don't we didn't have a title for this movie? It was a sketch comedy film, you know? Why don't we just call it Bernice, 2? Not a sequel, but just because it's Bernice as well." And even though it has nothing to do with that short film, it's there. And one of my favorite things about it is there's the DVD that we have. It's still available for sale on our website too. And one of the bonus features on that DVD was gonna be that short film, and we forgot to put it on there.
Yeah.
So
Classic.
I think we kind of ran out of space too.
no, we forgot. Because when it was done, you were like, I'm like, it's not on there, and you're like, shit. I'm like, don't worry about it. But if you go to our VHX page and buy the film, all the bonus features are there, including the short film. I'm gonna do a little plug here, a little promotional. So elmwood.vhx.tv, you can buy Bernice 2, and all the making of videos, all the music videos, and the original Bernice short are there for you to have for $6, or $3.99 if you want to rent it. But why would you do that for $2 more? You can own it.
Yeah, just buy it.
Or you can buy the DVD still; it's still available.
Buy them all.
Buy them all. Yeah, we have a
Physical
lot.
media forever and
Physical
buy it
media
on
forever.
digital so you
Oh,
can watch it
speaking-
on computers.
Also, guys, we made a fucking movie. Hold on, that won an award.
I know,
Yeah.
a
This is
real
not the
one.
award. This is the pin we
It's
got
a
at the
pin
award
from
show.
award.
That's the
Oh.
award.
Yeah.
Handed over all
Yeah.
The award is actually right there. Alf is sitting in the award. Award this from Film Threat. We won Best Indie Comedy. I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, I'm gonna put my phone on it. It's okay, Rich. Ricky, don't worry.
Ah.
Crap. So, Rich Mislevitz,
What?
when you first joined Elmwood, this was the first big project you did with us.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, because we did. No, Jungle Man was.
Jungle Man.
Well, yeah, Jungle Man. Well, this was the first
hour-long
movie.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, Jungle Man was
Having
the
known
first.
Tricky and I for 25, 30 years at that point, but then joining Elmwood, what was that like for you?
Well, I mean, every time I saw you guys, you were always trying to get me to come back in there, and my wife was actually really supportive, going, "Will you do it? Will you do it?" But I also geographically lived quite a distance away from all you guys,
Sure.
so that kind of put a damper on things. But that changed.
Yeah, you
and,
literally moved to my neighborhood for a while. so
Yeah,
that's cool, yeah.
and that changed everything, and it's been a blast. I've had a lot of fun. We've done a lot of crazy things, and we're writing even more stuff. You
More
know, we
Blue
wanna-
Toledo's
We want
coming.
to keep it to Bernice too, but there's things in the work.
Yeah. Yeah. And Vulture, this was your second big project
Yeah.
with us after Jungle Man,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I
Glad
mean,
to be here.
yeah, thank you. Like, what were your thoughts on like coming into Elmwood, since you're kind of not new anymore, but at that
I
point,
wasn't
kind of new.
really sure. I knew, well, you know how I knew about Elmwood,
Mhm.
and it took me a while to actually convince, him to bring me over. When he finally did, everything just kind of meshed, so.
Yeah, you're one of
really
us.
Grateful for him for doing that.
Nick,
What's up?
tell us about how you got part of the crew since you're the new guy.
I mean, it seems like I am part of the crew.
Oh, you're one of
Yeah,
us.
most definitely.
One of us. One of us.
You ever seen the movie Freaks?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to know what he thinks.
No, you don't.
I met Ricky,
Yeah.
and he said, "Come hang out. I know these guys that do puppets." I'm like, "That sounds weird."
It is.
How
Into
weird.
it.
But I just moved here. I don't know anybody.
And who else in Connecticut is making movies as often as we do? Nobody.
Nobody.
We're the only ones. We're the biggest film.
If I
production
find
company.
anybody, I will leave. and
That's.
go there.
What's funny is I'll be the only one left here because everyone's gonna go with you. I'm sure.
Yeah, so you
Probably
know,
me too. I'll go with
Alright,
you.
let's
too.
go. Let's go. Hey guys, let's go somewhere else.
Tricky. When you were first asked to be part of Elmwood Productions,
Was
when
that,
we were 10,
I thought it was 2017.
Aw.
2017.
Right here.
No, I'm just-
That's the-
Tricky's
that's the
been with me
dating
since
back.
day one.
Yeah.
We met when we were 10 years old or 9 years old, and when Elmwood started, he was there. He built our first website in 2002 or 3.
Oh my god.
Shirtless in the sandbox, I think. Right?
Yeah, we were still shirtless in the sandbox when we had the chance.
Are there pictures?
Actually, we don't use sandboxes anymore. We use litter boxes, and we fling our cat's poo at each other.
Cost effective.
Yeah.
That's all. I just
Budget cuts. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
to be here. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
this economy, and thanks to all the Kickstarter backers too for Bernice too.
Yes.
Thank you. Your names are all in the movie. It probably scrolls we're going too tonight.
It might.
Because we have the DVD playing behind us right now. Any
Now,
other?
see-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no.
I was just saying earlier, we were talking about I can't remember what didn't make it into the movie. I wish we still had that list.
I haven't.
I wonder. We
I
should
know.
have had
I
that
heard you
ready.
guys. I was upstairs.
Yeah, we're talking about the
the
Pump and
Pump
Gas,
and Gas
musical.
But we already had the Scagnetti musical scene and the Junebug musical scene, but also that was like way too big. That wasn't way too big. We just didn't have time really to really write the song.
Well, we would have had
Yeah.
the Pump and
Well,
Gas
that,
station.
the choreography,
There was a lot.
we
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 could
could
have
have pulled
do
it
that.
off. We could have pulled it off, but we wanted this movie done. There wasn't a lot that didn't make it in the movie as we were going. We had a good pitch meeting where we all sat and threw out ideas. We made lists of the ideas. But I remember did we mention Alex yet? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, Alex.
Yeah.
Alex had some great ideas, but they were very R-rated. And we wanted to move to PG-13. We all had some really good R-rated ideas.
Always.
But we want to keep this movie PG-13, so it was like we had to. Those are the things we really lost. Were the things that, or we wanted this movie also to be positive. We wanted to be a happy movie, a positive movie in the end. And a lot of the stuff we were coming up with was really dark.
And had tentacles.
It had tentacles, and there was a lot of violence, and which would be
Timing
good
was
for
everything.
would be a good something for a different movie, but it wasn't for this movie. So those, and I can't remember. I remember there was one with like a Godzilla ripoff, which I hated. And it's funny. I remember things I didn't like more than things I did like because the things I liked ended up in the movie. Like a couple of things.
Yeah.
like even the Rocket Time thing, which we're talking about, it's kind of the beginning of it is happening right now. That was originally more R-rated. We just pulled back the language to make it PG-13. You know, like, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, you guys made a movie.
Yeah, we
Like,
did.
what?
Good job.
It's our third one. Yay!
Like, what did you set out? I want to make a movie, or you just had all these random ideas, and you're like, let's put them together.
It's more like we
into
have
a
to make a movie.
Well, we had all these ideas that we're going to do as short films, and we just didn't want to do them as short films.
You just wanted
And we
to make
wanted
it collaborate.
make a yeah.
Okay.
And it was kind of a
Saw that.
dig at
Yes.
art films. So
Mike?
we wanted to make
Yes.
something.
Yeah, 100%.
We wanted to make something that didn't look like it made sense, but made complete sense.
When
if
it
you,
ends.
Yeah, when you watched it.
Mike, tell the
So-
story of art films.
Ugh, they're horrible.
Fart films.
They're absolutely horrible. People make them out to be these like great things, and it's just like they're ass. They're farts in the wind. Nobody gives a shit about them.
We did a bunch of film festivals with Head, and we sat through a lot of like art
Dumb
films.
stuff.
I'd
Yeah.
say like there's like a
Some are good.
There's like a
Yeah.
10 to 15% hit rate where some of them are just like they're really truly
Yeah.
fantastic.
But a
And
lot
then
of these things
you
were
learn
like-
from there. But there's a lot of pretension. in that.
Pretension, and we thought it'd be funny to make fun of that. And the original concept was literally a 90-minute movie of a guy in a wheelchair just rolling around with nothing, just music and weird sound effects, making fun of art films. And then Ricky's like, we can't fucking do that. He was like,
We were talking about doing like a 37-hour
Yeah, like, we're like-
movie.
yeah,
Like, I just want this one.
yeah, we still
Yeah.
couldn't do that if we wanted to make fun of
So
art
it's
films.
just
But
for
then we had
our
all these-
sanity of making it, we were
Right, but then it was like we could also do this cool thing, and then we had it probably 80% ready to go, and COVID happened.
Yeah.
We had started shooting it, like,
And
we
we
started
started testing the wheelchair. We
And
got
then-
the
yeah,
wheelchair.
got
we
your
started
wheelchair in
testing, we started
2019,
shooting
and
it.
so
COVID
then-
was our COVID baby.
And then COVID happened, and we had to rethink the whole thing too. Like making fun of art films and all that also became like, all right, we're gonna make a movie in COVID.
Let's talk about that, Wilshire, shall we?
Do we have any questions before we do that? Anybody?
Yeah, Mike, what's a art film specifically? Call it out that you are referencing. Throw them in
Give
there.
the fake name of it.
Hemrick
That's not the
Summer.
real one. Yeah.
Hemrick
We had a
Summer
nickname
is
for
what I
our
called
film.
it.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I just
It's
don't
hard
want to
not
say
to
it.
think about it.
But the wheelchair was there's this puppet group called Kids on the Block that are all over America.
Not the new kids on the block.
No, Kids on the Block. And it's educational puppets that go to school systems with live puppetry. They talk about like acceptance, and they do things with a kid in a wheelchair. They do a little skit. They do like a blind kid. They do the and it's been but
Orbital Quip.
yeah, Corbo and Ricky both just left. But they do this whole, but Kids on the Block do this whole thing about, but they do this thing that they've been around forever. They're still around. They still do this shows in schools. They're all over the country. God bless them. And we needed a puppet wheelchair. And we started looking like online for wheelchairs that were small, or how to build a wheelchair out of like PVC pipe. And oh, you
Madame.
oh, Mike's being bartender. So we needed this wheelchair made.
Yeah, I mean the American Girl doll ones were too small.
They were too small, like
Yeah.
doll wheelchairs were too small. But the Kids on the Block had a wheelchair that they used in their plays. We didn't know, I didn't think anything about that. And then I went online one day out of like desperation with Craigslist and looked up wheelchairs for sale. And the first thing that popped up was puppet-sized wheelchair. And I was at work and I saw it and I was like, I had enough cash in my pocket to get it right then and there. Called, messaged the guy, and it was in Connecticut, it was in Barkhamsted, Connecticut.
Oh my God.
Messaged the guy, and I'm like, hey, I want this, I'll be there today, and I left work. I'm like, I'm leaving now, I have to go buy this wheelchair. And I get there, and it turns out he was the guy who made all the wheelchairs for Kids on the Block in the late 80s, late 70s, early 80s for them, and he kept a couple for himself.
It was meant to be.
And it was called Trikes. They're still around. They make recumbent bicycles for the pedal with your hands, for like handicapped people now. Is their main thing. And I got that wrong. I might have a little bit of that wrong. I'm sure they make other custom bikes and stuff too. But I got there. He showed me the wheelchair. He showed me he had one of the puppets too. He had two. He was one for himself for his archives. He was, you guys don't need two. I'm gonna sell one, and I left with it. And it was the exact perfect size. And then I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, I remember seeing Kids on the Block like that at our elementary school. They came to like. I'm like, oh my god, that is the wheelchair that they had, and now we have one of those.
Dylan asked if this isn't an in-depth question. It's a wheelchair controller, the Sega Genesis controller.
It is. It's a bootleg Sega Genesis controller, spray painted.
Okay, going off that, could we take it to go see the Titanic with some billionaires?
Oh, wow.
We'll get what we deserve. Yes, I got political.
I can't handle that kind of pressure.
Oh. But then the wheelchair. Pour the glass. Pour the glass.
Oh shoot.
And then the wheelchair.
Don't look.
It's okay. Don't look. Then the wheelchair went. We took it to this place called Time Machine Hobby and Toys in Manchester, Connecticut.
Very cool store.
Because
Very cool.
They make custom remote control things. And Steve and Siobhan there, who do the custom stuff and everything, they turn that wheelchair into a remote control car, and that's how you see it work through most of the film. There's a couple scenes that we pulled it with a string, but overall it was remote control, and they did a great job with it.
It's not what you think it is.
And I burned the motor out, so we had to get them fixed again. There's the wheelchair story.
That thing, if I remember
And they brought us
correctly,
so much cool swag, too.
Oh yeah, they helped us out with the rocket scene as well. They were great. Yeah.
Steven Siobhan?
Steve and Siobhan, yeah.
Awesome.
didn't if and I don't remember it, and I was part of all this. That wheelchair, wasn't that like 2 controllers?
Yes.
You had to steer it like a tank. It was like like playing Battlezone on the old arcade for those
Yeah.
ancient people.
Yeah, it was
Those
2
ones.
controllers, one for each wheel.
Yep. Yeah,
And-
one for each wheel.
And because the way their remote controls are built, they're not exactly in tune with each other. So I remember, because I wheelchaired it most of the time.
It starts before the
One, you had to pull a little deeper than the other one to keep the speed the same. Like, it was fun though. It was fun to figure out.
Those are Bruce the Shark.
That was definitely our Bruce the Shark. If
Yeah.
you watch the making of videos, the first making of video, you watch us destroy it. And one of the motors burns out. We all lose our minds about it. And it's before we even started shooting. But also the Kickstarter backers, we didn't ask for a lot of money for this movie. Like, it wasn't like Head where we asked for like a few grand. We asked for $500 or something like that. We ended up getting over $1,000, which was great. But the money was for the wheelchair. And then we used the money for other things that we got extra, which was great. So thank all the Kickstarter backers.
Skip says Battlezone was the shit.
Battlezone was pretty cool.
Agreed.
So-
Agreed.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Thanks, Skip.
How long was the whole shoot?
It ended up going kind of long
Because of COVID.
Well,
Yeah.
so I would say
And it was really, really hot, wasn't
when
it?
we finally hit the wall of we did some stuff in 2020, and then we went back but then we took a big break, and then in 2021 we finished it. We started over essentially in 2021. Some of the stuff we shot in 2020 we used, but and then in 2021 when it was really like we could be more together and not worry about masking all the time and all that, like. So we didn't have to wear. I mean, because we're trusting each other. So I didn't feel good they didn't show up. I would say the shoot was 2 months though, but it was a couple days a week for 2 months. It wasn't like 2 months.
How long were
30
the
days.
shoot days? Like,
Some days were
Couple
16
hours.
hours. Some days were an hour and a half. You know, like we never
love those hour and a
knew.
half days.
Oh, me too. The painter shoot. There's a scene with the painter. We had it written. We knew what we were gonna do, but we weren't gonna shoot it that day. We were just gonna take a day off. But it was me, Mike, and Ricky were hanging out. And it was like, the sun's perfect right now, let's do the painter thing right now. And we shot it in like 20 minutes. 20 minutes and a half
So
hours.
was it
For an example of like, and then there was another day where a good week where we shot every day for 10 hours. You know, like.
were shots planned out, or were you like making it up on the go?
The script was
Some
planned
were,
out, so
yeah.
the shots were semi-planned out because the way we had the script when we knew what the angles and all that. We didn't storyboard though.
Gotcha.
Alright, somebody else talk, I'm done talking.
So the scene right now is, oh, we just missed it, when they were on the steps was so funny because they were, if you're doing puppetry and you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong, is like our thing. Everyone says that. But poor Alex was like on stairs and hurting,
Oh,
and
Yeah,
I
those
felt
stairs.
I
yeah.
felt terrible, and I was like, wait,
That was
I
a
have,
warm day too.
I have saddle
That was
pads
one of
in
those
my
unlost
car.
3 days.
So I grabbed a pile of horse saddle pads out of the back of my car for Alex to like lay on. I was like, well, you're not allergic. I know. It was like bruised still anyway. Poor Nugget.
Yeah, let's make fun of Alex.
Yeah, let's do it for
Yeah, hi
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, there you
Oh, I
yeah.
have no eyeballs.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Nice eyes,
Got him.
Alex.
And I just scream a
Well,
lot.
he screams,
Oh,
yeah.
Alex.
Which is great because if you do know Alex, he's so soft spoken and such a sweet guy, and he loves like the most thickety brush looking death metal name bands in the world and has a deep encyclopedic knowledge of all this shit. But he's also just the sweetest human being in the world, and it's very hard to get him to be loud.
I went to a concert with him last night.
Oh, God.
Mike and Tricky and I went to a concert with him last night. And the whole ride up, I'm like, what? What? Because he was sitting in the seat in front of me.
Yeah.
And he talks at a volume that you cannot hear unless you're next to him. Like, I love him so much, though. Yeah. And
I don't know.
the therapist puppet in this scene is actually based on a guy I know named Tom, who I used to work with. And he has that puppet. I wonder what he ever did with it. But that might be one of my day jobs.
Maybe you don't want to know what you
Maybe I don't want to know what to do with it. Yeah. Tom, if you're watching, I don't want to know. Anyways, yeah.
You dirty
Somebody else talk.
This looks really good on the screen.
Good job, Ricky.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys.
Well, you shot it, though.
Skip's talking about the djembe, and I'm trying to convince him that he
It's just a
that,
table.
that I need
Skip,
to
it's
play
just a
it.
table.
It's a real working drum.
It is, yeah, it's being used
Oh,
as
yeah.
it's being used as a table.
The
I have
drum.
PTSD from these drums.
Tell the story.
Just let me put it between my knees and whack it.
Okay. Ricky,
Wow.
tell us why you have PTSD, because it's not that.
And we'll be right back.
And then do that with the drums.
The drum, for those who know
Sorry.
our work on Head, there was a drum circle. Hold on, Rich. Hold on.
I got it.
Don't spill your
Well, the
beer.
camera's not supposed to be on me. It's supposed to be on you right now.
It is on me right
I'm
now,
supposed
but
to see
I'm
me
trying to
struggling.
well, you're shit. Now you're on. Guess what? I have control of the camera, so.
Struggling.
Hit him.
He's got arthritis.
You gonna put it on correctly, or you
Anyway,
gonna thread it
okay.
right?
Makes moans.
So, the stories from Head, is where we were shooting every day we shot at 12:30 a drum circle would start, and this drum
Well,
circle,
first there was a scream.
How did I not?
but it started with
know
this
How did I not
primal,
know
Oh my
this?
god.
like just some guy
Every single
just
day.
yelling this guttural primal scream, befitting that we're ending that scene right there. Just and then all of a sudden these for a half an hour, and it became our de facto lunch break because once that scream started, it's like, okay, end our scene. We're not going to get anything done because we can't record any
And
sound.
they were close.
For the next
it wasn't
time-
like they were far away. Like
They were
could
in.
hear us.
They were in the valley enough for that was the thing. Like there was a little valley between us and them, and it was all just trees. So it should have been cut a little bit more, but they found that dip that perfectly fucked with us. And then there was also the neighbor that liked to mow his lawn at like. At every the earliest part of the morning.
He's like,
Then he'd go out and
If
do
you're
his-
that guy who was mowing the lawn,
Word up.
Yeah.
Word up.
Here's to you.
You number
Son
one.
of
Hold
a
on.
Oh, here we go.
In that guy's defense, you're supposed to mow your lawn either early in the morning or later in the
The
evening.
problem is you're not supposed
So
to do
the
it
sun
3 or
doesn't
4
burn
times
it
a
up.
day.
No, in his defense,
Yeah.
he was doing it 2 in the afternoon. That's not his defense.
No, he would start it and then he would fuck off, and then he'd come back and do it again.
Well, how
then
big
he'd
was his
fuck off.
lawn? You know.
Well, out where
Ricky!
it's really big.
In the middle of nowhere.
Here's the thing: do it on Thursday. You're clearly retired.
He did it on purpose
He's
to
doing,
fuck with
yeah.
us.
The minute he
Yeah.
heard us,
That's good.
talking,
Come back in.
That's a theme that follows us.
As good of a time as we had on that shoot, there were definitely some fuckery.
I'm pretty sure John's neighbor does the same thing.
No, she's
No.
cool as fuck.
I don't know.
Skip,
No, she doesn't mean to.
has another question about, are the Risley brothers based on real people?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Funny story.
funny story. The character Tricky in Risley Brothers is literally
Tricky,
Tricky
tricky,
Rock.
tricky.
It might be me.
yeah.
No,
Um,
tricky.
Wes Risley is based on our friend who passed away named Jordan DeShane, amazing artist. Look him up if you can.
R.I.P.
And Schmutzy is based on the guy we knew. Yeah, named Pat Carroll. Mike played him.
That's me.
And Quigley is based on me when I was in my 20s. Like the Tricky and Quigley got really awesome when we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even had that Amish beard thing going on for a while. So.
Aw.
Yeah, so they are. All the girlfriends and things that fictional, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
We
had no
didn't
game
have
back
those. We didn't have those.
We had those, but we knew better than to put them in movies now.
Aw.
No names. Yeah.
Couldn't remember.
The
We
names have been
reference,
changed to protect
we
the
do
innocent.
reference one of our ex-girlfriends in it, but we use a fake name.
So you don't
Yeah.
reference her at all.
She knows.
Thank you. I was thinking the same thing.
She was
Heather
fully
just
aware.
me.
And
That
then
the
Nikki was in the
waitress.
show. Yeah, we were a bunch of us were in the show, so it was good. Yeah.
There's a skag video starting.
Sergeant Scagnetti was the
This
first
was
band.
so fun.
They were the
She
first
was
band
a
to say
blast.
yes to doing a song for the movie.
That was a great
Actually, they came to
day.
us to make a video, and we said, "Can we use it in the movie?" And they said yes. So.
And it's just so weird, but it works.
That's pretty much me.
That's
Kinda-
the best
kinda
ska
what we
band.
do.
Oh my God.
We'll,
Oh,
we'll
the
shoot a music
animals,
video
the
for you, but we
drums.
get to use it in a product.
Yeah.
Or we get to use it in a
Hat
project,
fall
rather.
off of them.
Yeah.
So,
I loved it because I always wanted to play the drums, but I had piss poor listening skills when it was time in my
still
life.
do.
Yeah, to pick an instrument, and then the fact that Mike and I got to share the drums and kind of do it like animal style, but also to the beat of the music, it was like chef's kiss. It was exactly what like little 10-year-old me wanted. It was great.
Oh, yeah. I just wish the hat was taped on.
Oh my God, that was
That's
so
my bad.
funny.
But it made the video even better when the hat flew off, you know? We were getting
Mhm.
into
But
it.
these guys are so good. Skag,
Oh my God,
you know, Stephen Elliott, and like the whole band though, they're such great people. So best ska band in the world.
Agreed.
That was a fun video, but I always feel terrible that I dropped the ball at one point. My back was
Oh.
killing me that shoot. Remember?
No.
We had all the puppets in the crowd. We were supposed to have a big audience. And it was supposed to be like
Oh, I remember
two-handed.
that, yeah, you
I
couldn't-
couldn't get it.
It
Oh
happens.
my lord, my back was
It
like
happens.
I had to tap out. I think
It happens.
It happens.
did
Yeah.
the singer's son step in?
Elliott stepped in.
Oh,
yeah.
the kid was
he was part of the
phenomenal.
crowd.
Elliott is doing stand-up comedy now, and
Yes.
he's like
Shut up.
brilliant. Yeah.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go. Awesome. Makes sense. Totally
Was there a
makes
ring
sense.
light on that, or was that?
Really? That's
That's
my basement.
The guy's son is
Well,
like,
yeah.
what's the deal with juice boxes?
And he's a little
Oh,
older
he's-
now.
he's
Now
a
it's-
little
What's
older
the deal with driver's licenses? Wasn't funny. I'm sorry.
But you made him a puppet too, though, right?
Yeah, at least in the video. He's in,
Yeah,
he's
there's
in,
a
the, he's in, the,
puppet
well, he's
of
in this
him.
video, but he's got an actual story beat in the skag version.
In the full
So there's a
version.
skag version of the video, and then there's the Bernice.
Yeah, if you buy it on VHS, you get the videos.
You do. Yeah.
So
Or on
perfect.
YouTube.
Or
It's
just
on the
look on
Bernice
YouTube,
playlist.
yeah.
Buy it. Buy it already.
Yeah. This whole thing is to promote the
Yeah.
dying of the movie.
Which is
So
on
we gotta bring up-
elmwood.vhx.tv.
Yes.
Elmwood.vhx.tv.
Or if you go to elmwoodproductions.com, the main page is all about Bernice right now. You can find the link there.
You'll spend more money on a cup of pumpkin bullshit at Starbucks. Buy the movie.
Literally, the
Yep.
movie is $6 to buy.
Yum, pumpkin.
And you get
bullshit.
all
And you
bonus
keep it
features.
forever,
My
unlike the
Starbucks
pumpkin,
drinks are
which you're gonna
$8.
shit out in 20 minutes.
The Blumpkin?
Don't make fun of
Pumpkin
him
light.
caffeine.
Pumpkin
foods.
light. Half
Any more questions for anybody, or we just?
So is Graveyard Gill in this movie?
He is.
Yes, he's in the movie audition scene.
Never mind, don't buy it.
And, we have one guy who made a YouTube review of Head,
It was Nick.
and it was Nick's dad. And the whole video,
Shut up,
he
Rick.
spends about 2 minutes reviewing the movie, saying how much he loves it, and then 7 minutes saying how much he didn't like the Graveyard Gill scene.
And I fully agree with him.
Excuse me.
Graveyard Gill sucks.
So Nick,
It was nice having you in the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
But
Even-
hold on, a little Graveyard Gill trivia though. In Bernice 2 is the first time you see Graveyard Gill in color.
Oh.
He's always in black and white in his intros.
But he-
Yeah.
But he's black and white anyway.
He's yellow. The puppet's yellow. Yeah.
There you go.
John Skip just said
Yeah,
he's
ask
buying the
him.
movie tonight, but he's also a patron.
Oh, if you're a Patreon member at the $10 level or more, the Sojaz spot or more, it's included with the Patreon. You can also buy it on Patreon for $6, but there's no bonus features. So if you're gonna buy it on VHX. Yeah.
Interesting.
But if you're a Patreon member, we have a $1 level, which is just, hey, thanks for being a member.
Which I'm a part of.
Yep. Well, your niece is a part of, technically.
Oh, yeah, I pass. It's like a living.
Good
Or
one.
what do you call it?
Good woman.
You're gonna.
What do you buy for your kids and grandkids and people?
Meth.
Cancer.
Well, that too.
Bluey stuff and math.
You're passing it on to her, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You buy them. You buy it for their future
Right.
investment. Yeah.
There's a $5 level, which you get specific things, including all of our new releases when they come. There's a $10 level where you get all that, and we're also doing some live chats and some bonuses just for that. Then there's a $40 level,
The best level.
which is the Get Tricky Case of Water level, and then there's a and then hold on, there's a $100 level,
Since when?
And if you join the $100 level after
Making
3
this up.
months, I will make you a custom monster puppet.
Oh shit.
That matches the monster puppet style of the it's going in Rich's Mouth show and Love Monster, Bad Monster for Love Monster. The bigger style monster puppet, but you have to pay 3 months before you get the puppet.
3 months in
But
a
you get
row.
to pick the color of the puppet, and I'll send you specifics. So,
That's actually a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, that's a good
and if they
deal.
cancel the 3 months, that's fine. I'm saying that if you do 3 months, you get a custom one of a kind puppet from Elmo Productions. But $10 is the key level because you get everything else. The $40 level is just ridiculous. It's funny, but it's everything $10 level plus you're paying
You're just
30 extra.
You're just being
funny.
nice for us.
Yeah.
You could be nice for us. We like that.
Yeah.
So Skip,
It's so nice.
I know what level you're at.
Good shot. That was a good shot.
But yeah, whatever you want to do, you want to do. I
Nice
really
shot.
appreciate you as a fan. I think you're awesome. I love the stuff you're doing
What
too.
can I say? I look good.
And yeah, because I'm following you too, which is cool.
Well,
Yeah.
Skip has another question.
Yeah.
He just asked, were all the indoor shots in Head actual rooms, or
Oh.
were any of them built sets to the scale of puppets?
All right, so we did nothing to the scale of puppets for that, if I remember correctly. We shot inside an art gallery, which had a restaurant set up in it for the diner scene.
I don't know what that was.
So some of the stuff was shot in there. Then there was a carousel horse restoration shop in Plainville called WRF Designs that Gabe, who worked on the film, he runs it. And we built some of the interior, the tent scenes and things like that. We set tents up in there. Those are the only interior stuff, the tents.
And the finale.
And the finale, which was at WRF Designs as well, which was in this room, which, for good trivia, was the same room that the Risley Brothers bar was in.
And isn't there still
yeah.
blood?
There's blood on her ceiling.
Real blood?
No, fake blood, but
Puppet blood?
who knows?
No,
And
it's
one
now.
And there's one shot, there's 2 shots in Bernice that were filmed outside of that place. One bit of the wheelchair rolling up, and the scene where Johnny Sojab comes around the corner. And the scene right now,
Yeah.
and he goes,
Leave the meat.
something suckers.
Hey, suckers.
It's in the trailer.
Yeah,
It's
it's
right
the opening of the trailer. It's like,
Come on, suckers.
Come on, suckers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
that was filmed in the alleyway that we used to enter our studio, and we had a studio there with WRF Designs.
Oh,
that was shot there.
Fun trivia. Me
Yeah.
and John were topless and in our underwear in the original Bernice in the same,
In the short film, in
the
that
same
alleyway.
alleyway.
I'm running through in silk boxers with dollar bill signs on them.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
The same boxers that
You weren't around during
Yeah.
that time.
the same
Is that my
boxers,
hiatus?
That was your first hiatus.
but it was the same boxers that Eric Stegmeyer wears in Josh and Todd in the opening scene.
That's classic.
Forthcoming.
Yeah.
Dylan just asked, do you guys,
Probably not.
Like,
And lady.
do you guys,
well,
Tricky is
full
here.
ideas? I'm sorry. I've had a couple beverages, so it's gonna take me a second.
do
to
you
get-
You're doing great,
guys,
Trix.
Do you guys full ideas
Midwest
from
education.
past media experiences?
Sounds like.
And I
First
guess
word.
I'm not best at asking questions. I'm hoping I'm making enough sense. So I think what you're asking, Dylan, is do we write or create our content based on our own lives, based
Absolutely.
on things we have done? Yes.
Yeah.
And me not so much. I kind of take what they've run with and go with. Because I'm just a boring white kid from Ohio who just likes movies, so there's not much to talk. I'm basically Kevin Smith without the Clerks.
Ricky has a great life in real life. He has great ideas. But
Yeah.
And Connecticut ain't much better.
It's pretty
It's good.
mediocre.
I'm a fan.
Risley
Well,
Brothers.
my upbringing does not warrant it. Or these guys have had a lot of good stories going on.
Risley Brothers is very much based on like my life working in coffee shops and retails and bars. Like, a lot of stuff in Bernice comes from just ideas we had because of life. Animal Behavior was loosely based on my life. Josh and Todd has a couple scenes that are right out of working in record stores. All the stuff in the record store, those conversations happen to be working in music stores. I know you write based on your life. I would say write what you know if you're a writer, and start there. Then you can get bigger. Because if you know things, that's what you should write about. You know.
I'm not gonna write about my life. Who wants to watch an hour and a half of a woman rejecting me?
See, that could be a really funny movie though. Mike is raising his
So
hand.
guys,
Yeah, everyone.
As long as Gregor
I'm
Kill's not
in.
in it, I'm all in.
I think everybody's.
God damn.
Damn it, that was
Next
good.
film. Next film.
Yeah. And Ricky, you've written some. You've had ideas based on things that have happened.
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna write it.
Just-
Gregor.
You-
fullness.
Just a
You pick
2-hour
stuff
Great
that I
Hill
wrote,
movie.
that-
That's my. That's
You're a
how I
good
see
punch-
myself.
script puncher.
I'm a
Yeah.
better script doctor than I am
Certainly
an
my
idea.
stuff.
And I've always said that too. I said, bring me an idea and I'll work with it. but I get two in my head, and I
Bring Ricky a beer and he works with it too.
I don't know what he just said. because
Nothing, nothing inappropriate actually.
You heard everything a lot clearer than I did.
Nothing inappropriate. You're gonna like it actually.
Oh, boy.
You'll actually be like, "Fuck, that was funny."
Well, when I watch this back.
Let's give Ashley some thanks for the animation there.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Ashley Lynn, friend of mine from GameCraft, animated the Junebug, or designed the Junebug, and I animated it for this spot.
Hold on here, tell us, wait.
This is
Oh, the perfect tie throw.
It's a little harder when you see
Boom.
it.
I wore that tie to the premiere too.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yes.
Our Prince reference. We put a Prince reference in almost every movie somewhere.
There's a couple in this one.
Yeah.
This is probably the funnest.
But Strawberry Machine. Let's bring them up real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Strawberry Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, Mike and I have a buddy named Clay. Clay Williams, who's the
I
primary
think we all
songwriter.
have a buddy named.
Yeah, but we know him probably better than everybody else in the room. He's a songwriter and he has this great band. He's two great bands, B-Force and Strawberry Machine. And they wrote this beautiful song called Junebug, and I hadn't even heard it yet. But during COVID, the band was doing a fundraiser to keep their bills paid, where you could order a one-off record, where they'd record it right to the record, like an acetate, and then send it to you. You had to pick a song out of a list, and I was like, I want to help my friends keep their bills paid, so I'm like, I'll pick a song. Junebug sounds like a cute
I
song
love that
title.
it was a random song.
But I like the title of the song, Junebug. That's cute. I'll order it. I don't remember how much it was. Doesn't even matter. Ordered it, and then my whole life went to shit after I ordered it. Like, for those of you guys who know me personally, you know, the shit hit the fan of my personal life, and the record showed up in the deepest part of that, where I was like falling apart. And we didn't know what we were doing for music yet, and I got this record. I'm like, fuck yeah, here's something cool, something different. And I put the record on, and it just hit me. And Clay, and the record opens with, it's the opening scene of the movie. You hear Clay's voice going, if you ever need a song for a movie, man, let me know. You know, that's on the the record you see in the opening scene is the record he sent me.
Aww.
And I messaged him, and I'm like, I want to use that song in the movie. And then I went and went on Bandcamp and bought the album, so you hear the studio version and all that. And he was like, of course, man, I've been wanting to do a song for one of your movies for
Get it
years.
together, Corvo.
And that was it. It was just, and that became the opening movie and like a peak scene in the movie, which ties into our showing animal behavior too, which is cool. So,
New episode
yeah.
dropped tonight.
But I love,
Today.
yeah, new episode dropped today. And I love Clay for that. That song just hit me. It hit all of us, I think, for
Yeah.
those who really listen. And we made a great scene for some of our great characters, and it worked so good in the movie. And then the next scene is just so out of control. It's perfect. It's perfect. What, you know, yeah,
That was
that's
kind
all.
of, that one was kind of by design with how we wanted it to go.
Yeah, I really wrote that out word for word how the video was gonna flow. Yeah.
But I mean, not just the video, but even going into the next scene, we figured here's this moment of
It's very
somewhat
serene and mellow and melancholy.
very
But
melancholy,
with a positive
very
kind of
emotional.
ending, yeah.
And then
And then fucking
you get
And then Shrieky just gets captured by the Jungle
by
Man.
the
and
jungle
literally-
Oh, I
literally
missed it.
aliens.
I wanted to mention the part where Rich knocks the coffee out of Tricky's hand,
Yeah.
because if you know Tricky and you know me, like that, it could absolutely happen
Happened
in
to
real
you guys
life.
in real life.
Like
yeah.
that, I would absolutely.
Also,
I
the
would
puppet-
be that klutz. I would
The
absolutely.
puppet with the pink hat named Richie is based on Rich. Obviously,
Yep.
Tricky is Tricky. And the Richie puppets in the Jungle Man movies.
I had a mullet back in high school, and I used
We
to
all
wear
did.
the pink hat, and
I don't get that vibe.
My dad
at
gave
all.
you
And,
that hat. You remember that?
yes, he had a bunch of them, I think.
Yeah, from some job he had.
What do you think, Lisa?
Oh, Lisa's here tonight. Everyone sad Lisa.
That's Lisa. She's perfect in every way.
My next ex-wife.
I have a technical question.
Yes.
The scene I just saw where somebody's walking down the street, like what technically how do you show a puppet walking down the street like that?
Used a
Tricky,
really
answer
cheap
that.
dolly from Harbor Freight.
We use a cheap dolly from Harbor Freight.
Shout out Harbor
What an
Freight.
original answer.
Wait, did we get
yeah.
that? Did we get that cart we pulled Tricky in from Harbor Freight?
We got that. Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. We just bought it there. 'cause
So
it's
you have
cheap.
the camera and the puppeteer on at the same time.
So the
Somebody's
cam,
just
so the,
back.
Yeah.
yep. So
You
basically
pretty
the
much walk
camera.
backwards.
Yeah. So the camera was mounted with a magic arm with a wide angle lens. So I think we were using I had a Tokina 10-20, so we had it all the way to like the 10. And Tricky's just there, right underneath it.
Yeah.
And if we had to push him and lose his body, we did. And yeah, and then we just dragged the cart to go forward.
So somebody was behind me, like you normally had like a steady cam assist person,
Right.
making sure that you're not gonna fall over anything as I'm walking backwards, watching the shot. If you actually had equipment in the budget, this would be done on a big dolly and have a nice smooth rig to do all that kind of stuff. We don't.
I was gonna say,
So-
that's like a cool effect that seems very specific to puppets.
It can be because
Has to be.
It works.
it has to be,
It works.
and
It works for it.
especially with like POV shots like that.
Yeah.
Like they those were like they're not as big now, but they were really big in the mid 2000s and going forward, where people were doing like body mount stuff like that.
like
They were doing
the-
the body mount camera,
Whatever,
and
snorri cam.
puppets are really good for that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but they have to be you have to make them work.
It-
So stuff
it's
like that where like
effective.
you can put a puppeteer on a dolly and pull the dolly and just you just gotta perform with it, and it's a really simple, effective way to do that, especially when you're kind of low budget. But we're pulling with a cheap dolly on an asphalt road. You're gonna get some shakes and some stuff going on, and you gotta just work around that. But just technically speaking, it's as simple as just sit them on a dolly.
It works
and
for me. Like it's
you do your performance and
yeah.
do that.
No, the-
And we actually shot him in a spacer. That wasn't green screen. That was
That's
actually we
pretty
went to
cool. Like,
space.
that's-
Yeah.
All of our
You guys
budget
did
went
it.
there.
Yeah.
We had to develop how to do breathing in space without an apparatus.
Yeah.
There's Todd in space on the couch. We had to fly that couch out
Well,
to
we can
space.
trust SpaceX.
No, well that's why. Like we
Or
actually
Boeing.
got it to work.
It
at
was
Elon.
fun, I
We
got
did it
to-
ourselves.
And there's
Small
beers
guy.
coming in the
I got
frame.
to
Thank
So.
you.
Those are apple
But yeah,
juices.
but that's how we did that.
There's a
That's what we did.
question about mics and skip and sound. That's not a me question.
Skip said mic gain levers are key for those scenes too. Don't want to pick up sound. So that was dubbed. Skip. So a lot of the time we redub scenes that don't quite work. You can do that a lot easier with puppetry, as lip sync doesn't have to fully match. It just has to match timing and pace, and you can kind of catch that in the dub. But it's also a big pain in the ass to do dubbing, because it's a whole different word form, like a whole different word form, a whole different art to try to get it right and do it a lot. But we do a lot of dubbing when we have to. We like to perform live if we can, but dubbing's a part of the process. ADR is in every film that you see, and sometimes it's worse than others, and hopefully we're better than a lot. Especially,
There's no way
yeah.
to get around it.
Yeah, it just happens. Sometimes you flub a line. Sometimes the puppet performance was so good, but you said the wrong thing.
Sometimes
You know what?
there's
I
a
want to
really
roll
good
it
band
later.
playing above you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the spot.
I
But
said we do a lot of dubbing.
We do.
Doo doo.
I think that
we
really
do
helps.
a lot of dubbing.
Thank God.
Desktop Dave is waving hello. Speaking of the space, Dave was
Dave.
Ah.
a buddy of mine from work who also helped out with our buddy Ari at the spot, and he's a streamer as well, so you can follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/DesktopDave if you like video game stuff. He's always been a friend and a fan, so thanks for popping in, buddy. Appreciate you. Let's see. Do you go to NASA or SpaceX spacecraft? We go to Tricky Brand rockets.
That's right.
Tricky.
They are
Brand
much more
rockets.
reliable than SpaceX.
They can get you into space for
$40.
$40 you can go to space.
Yes,
If you subscribe to our Patreon at $40, you too could go to space
Figuratively.
with our movie.
John just asked how many guys that I have to kiss while making the movie. As the producer, it was a lot, and it was a lot of ass.
It was at least 6 to 9.
And yeah, and I would like to not talk about that right now.
Tell us more about the swamp
It's
ass.
called dedication,
So,
Ricky.
I'm
It's
still going.
dedication.
I'm still going to therapy over it.
Define
Yeah.
that.
You did what you had to do to get the job done.
We get it.
You think those college girls want to be strippers?
I'm not gonna
They're
say
doing
my
what they
joke.
gotta
I'm not
do.
gonna say my joke. We're trying to be better.
So let's talk about Ray for a minute, because Ray's about to be on
Yes.
camera. We have this buddy, Ray Adaharu. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong.
I want to hear about this gun. That's like
How do you
a
heard?
legit looking gun.
It's a real gun.
All right, there you go.
It's real fake.
Our buddy Ray, when Mike and I were first started making this when we made the Bernice short film, our buddy Ray was the
There he
biggest
is.
fan of it. There's Ray. Our buddy Ray just loved this thing. He thought it was the funniest thing in the entire world. He's got these awesome dreads. With the dreaded version of the Ray puppet, which is a different puppet, appears in Risley Brothers because he helped us shoot the pilot, and it was his Mustang at the end. But when we went to make Bernice 2, it was like we wanted to find a way to work Ray into it because he loved the short film so much. So let's make a Ray puppet.
Biggest fans,
Yeah, let's make a Ray puppet. Let's put him in it. And then we literally like, okay, Ray, we need you to say this line. He lives in Compton, I think.
Compton, yeah.
And he was this is and he was like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm like, you know what, just record it to your phone and send it to me through Facebook. And that's literally what he did. And so his line, "You ready to go?" or whatever it is, was from a Facebook recording he sent me, and it worked perfectly.
And and credit to Jason Finberg, our sound designer.
Yeah,
and
for
mixer,
making it sound even better.
Who
Yeah,
designed, who went.
I mean, Ray did a
it all
very
up.
clear version. It was crystal clear.
It was
But-
very good right off the top, but I mean, going right into that mix with the other.
Yeah, Jason gets a
had
producer
drums.
credit
I know
on
the
this film.
exact
He's
comment
credit.
material was.
Here we
Oh, here's
go.
the credits.
Corbo!
Let's ignore the credits actually.
My wife.
Let's talk about something else. I don't know.
Mike.
Because Mike. And there's Johnny. Johnny's right there. Johnny.
Woo!
And they-
Oh, that's me.
Tricky.
No, that's not. It says Nikki, not Nicole.
Nicole.
I will shit in your pillowcase.
Anyways,
Moving on.
moving on to Rick Passmore, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Will not shit in your pillowcase.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then the Kickstarter backers
I
are
already
up next
farted
at
over my
school.
bed.
So
Thank you, all these people. Thank you.
We
Yeah.
read
Thank
them
you,
all.
everyone.
we'll keep the movie going, but it'll start.
You
It'll
were
restart.
here.
But we had a good. I mean, I had a great time making this movie.
This is a great time.
We're not done yet. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're-
still going.
Talk about
That's
this drawing.
coming up.
I've heard you guys talk about this drawing.
That's
but I don't know.
that's
So
what do you
Mike
mean?
drew it on a piece of paper,
It took him like months. to
Months.
come up
He
with.
worked on it.
literally 18 seconds,
It was like
with
Sistine
a
Chapel. that's
blue
how-
ballpoint pen on lined paper.
Yeah.
He just drew it.
Yo, fuck you. That took me 23 seconds to draw.
I'm sorry, 23 seconds. Mike said 23.
But, like, what's the idea behind it?
Well, when it was done, I said, Mike, what is that? And Mike said, and I'm paraphrasing, Mike, because we can't give it away. I'm paraphrasing.
Of course.
This is not Bernice, but I love her.
What's that?
And
I have problems.
we worked at a day job together. I took it and then hung it in the bathroom. Or did you hang it or did I hang it? One of us hung it in the
You
bathroom.
hung it.
I hung it as far as I could up on the wall so no one could tear it down.
Which is weird because I'm taller.
And then when we both quit, he tore it down and took it. And that's where the Bernice short film came from, was just a name. So, and one of the things we were promoting with this is maybe you'll find out who Bernice is tonight, because the hashtag we've been doing for Sharon's film is who is Bernice.
Right.
That's my other
And we kept
question.
saying maybe you'll find out tonight, but you know what? You're not finding out. It's
Gotcha.
up- It's up to you to figure out.
Suck
That's
us.
my other. Is there a reason you don't want people to know who
No.
Bernice is?
We want people to figure it out on their own.
It's like Tarantino with
With the-
Pulp Fiction. Whatever you decide it to be, except we do have a definitive answer.
We have a definitive answer.
But whatever you think it is, think that. And then message us.
And if you get it right, we'll send you a t-shirt.
You'll be wrong, but try.
And only like 3 people have gotten it right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Don't say it out loud because you know what it is. Because we don't want to give it away on a live video.
Somebody let it slip, and I was like, "That's awesome."
Okay, that's right. You do know, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a t-shirt anyways.
I do.
But
I
like
got the
t-shirt.
I got the shitty first version.
But I'll give you a Bernice shirt too.
With
Okay.
the one you drew with magic marker?
No, you just tried it and then.
I was
it's
testing the screen and I made it my
I
style.
have the practice version.
But I gave you a better shirt first, but you want the other color.
I wanted, but
Yeah,
Lauren stole it.
It's okay. You
What a
probably got a
bitch.
shirt before I got mine, so it's
She
all
wanted the
good.
pink
You got
one.
yours.
I wanted.
I
the
did
pink.
finally.
Yeah.
Tell you I gave
Finally.
you lost it probably.
I
Anyways.
love
I
her.
never got
What's
it,
up,
dude.
Ricky?
Everybody
Come
got a shirt. Other people got a shirt. I worked on the movie. I was like the last guy to get a shirt. The hell?
Why do you think that is?
No respect.
That's
Be like Tina Moore.
probably.
Hi Tina.
He didn't show up to the silk screening though.
The show-
That's right.
What'd you call me?
What?
Yes.
Shirt screener.
That's it.
Humble back.
No, we need another question. Come on, someone out there have a question.
I had a question, but
I've got a question. Do you use Head and Shoulders or something more special?
me?
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Special.
It's main and
Well,
tail.
it's down this
Main
time.
and tail.
Horse main tail. That's what I use. That's what
Because
Josh
he knew he'd be on
uses.
camera.
Josh the horse, not
They
Josh the
use,
person.
I wonder if my
Classic
wife gets
Josh.
me LVs or something. I have no idea.
What do you think, Lisa?
Hey, there's the scene with the actual
It's, extra
record
moisture for the.
that Strawberry Machine gave me. That's the
What do you
actual,
think, Lisa?
the actual record.
Do you think Head and Shoulders?
Lisa's bald. She doesn't care.
He's thinking more knees and toes.
So, Rick,
strong silent type.
when we were filming the movie, Rick Corvo had an arm injury,
Oh.
Maybe.
It fell off.
and you missed some of the puppetry.
There's a lot of the puppetry.
You got a what?
But you were there for everything.
I was there for
Yeah.
some parts. Yeah, I was there for the beach scene.
Yeah, that's right. The
Yeah.
beach scene
Oh,
was my
deep
favorite
down.
days.
Yeah, I was there for the beach scene,
Was it the
and
first thing you
I
did,
was
wasn't it?
well enough. We went so
We went
long.
there twice. Yeah.
It took so long that I was in the Johnny Soul Drive.
You were.
Yeah, and I was
Where
in
we shot
the
that.
I was in the Yell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was the
Right.
first
Yeah.
when we regrouped after COVID. COVID was still happening, but in 2020 when we regrouped, the first thing we shot was the scream therapy scene.
Yeah.
After we all got our shots and we were
Yeah, we were all.
Yeah. Wait, were you supposed to get shot?
No, it was before we got shots. It was right before.
Yeah.
You want to know why I know?
Just make it
Because like 3 weeks later, I got my first shot.
Yeah.
That's right.
You probably got yours before me, then I got mine. Because the same day I got my shots, because that room was empty. We shot that in my house. It was an empty bedroom. And we finished shooting, and like a week later, my desk showed up for my office. And I got my shot that day. And when I was building the desk, I'm like, man, this is taking the wind out of me. I'm sweating. Is that like, wait, I got my COVID shot like 5 hours ago. That's what this is.
Oh, that first shot messed me
Yeah.
up.
I didn't go to work next day, but I also hated my job. So I love my job now, but I hated the job I had.
I would rather COVID had killed me than that first shot.
No, you wouldn't have.
Oh,
I mean, I wish COVID.
I was fine.
Also, he
Yeah.
also he hates Graveyard Hill.
Yeah.
And I also had the cheap Johnson & Johnson.
the
Ooh, there he
worst.
goes.
He's the
So there he
worst.
goes. He's winding up. He hates them.
Can't wait to make a movie about it.
So I would say like Elmwood movies,
Or weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Back.
yeah.
They have to be.
with Josh and Todd, Peg, and Bernice too. I call them 2 beer movies.
For sure.
Have 2 beers before you start watching. the
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta get a little schlitz.
And then 8 to get through it, right?
And by this 10th,
Maybe.
it
Depending
on which
makes
one it
sense.
And that 12th one,
movie.
maybe
Depends on
won't
what you
kill
think
yourself.
of movies, but like, cause you loosen up a little and you're in the vibe we were in when shooting it, especially with Peg.
Right, the coaster's on the ground.
God damn it.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Any other questions? Where is Josh?
I meant the horse.
Oh. So Josh is another guy who's done songs for us. Speaking of Josh, Josh A, you can find him on Spotify.
Joshua RCRS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Found on Spotify. He's done some great songs for us. He did a song for Josh and Todd. He did a song for Bernice too. He does the theme song for the Painter Shorts. I'm bummed you're not here tonight, Josh.
Right?
There are gutter butters double nutty in there.
He's probably at the
Have one.
grocery store.
I just got one.
Buying you a cheesecake.
Well, her life has
Check out some
changed.
chicken wings.
You?
But
This is like the perfect
I
way
used to
start
be
the
addicted to
film.
Hokey
Thank you.
Pokey.
Say, hold on, Rick's got something to say.
This is the perfect way to start the film. It's freaking
Broly,
funny as hell, and it just you go from that
the
kind of-
record and
that record
the
that's
chair.
like, oh, geez, what the hell is this movie going to be about? And then you go into this freaking crazy shit, and it's like I have no idea what this movie's going to be like.
Let me fucking move, Dad. Let me move.
Let me move.
Yeah. Let me
And,
just be
and what's great about the movie is I really do think you're right because we set the tone with you see the guy with the record, you see the wheelchair go down the hill, and then it cuts this, and it's nonsense.
And it just
Nonsense.
looks weirder.
But then you're like, okay, I'm in for the ride now.
Yeah.
Did you
Hey,
guys?
well, you're either in or you're not. Well, you should be.
I am
because
Yeah.
this is
I'm
freaking-
super proud.
And
of
this was Mike
should
like
be.
Broly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm super proud of that scene.
Did you guys have a plan, or was it let's just shoot and see what happens?
This
Well, no,
one
we
was
knew
scripted.
kind of the order the scenes were gonna go in. There was a few that
There's a
flip-flopped
handful.
as we
There's
went,
a handful of.
but we knew this would be the first dialogue scene. We knew that because it was just so obnoxious. It was
And
like,
I was doing such an absolute shite job at it that
No.
Ricky took my script away and he was like, "You're better at ad-libbing."
no, it wasn't that. It
It
was a little bit of that, but he
wasn't-
wanted you to ad lib to just have fun with it too.
And like the majority of it is ad-lib.
Well, the problem was you were focusing too much on the actual
Yeah.
words versus what because you helped write.
There's an ad lib that
So
Ricky
it's all your
cut.
words.
Yeah, we wrote the scene together.
Yeah.
Ricky cut an ad lib that was my favorite ad lib in the whole fucking movie. I get why you cut it. It like stopped the scene.
Was it?
But he goes, Cam, took my moped, it's gone, gonorrhea. But it was like one of those things that like just stopped the scene. Like, oh, but it's gone, gonorrhea.
But honestly, Ricky taking the script away from me made it
But that was one of your ad
so
libs.
much
What?
easier. I mean, honestly, like I just,
Took all the pressure off.
Also,
Yeah,
the
100%.
puppet of the redhead in the window, that's Tricky's wife, is based on Shirley Manson from Garbage, because Tricky wishes that was his wife.
Oh.
He loves his wife.
Puppeteered by me, but voiced by my wife.
Yeah, which is even funnier. But yeah, it was fun. Like also like bring puppets back from other projects and reuse them as the same character. You know, like Tricky is the same Tricky from Risley Brothers. Richie might be or might not be the same Richie from Jungle Man, but older. But he still wears the jacket and the mullet. You know. What are you whispering about, Ricky?
Nothing.
Make it part of the group chat.
Yeah, no, it's better. It's better as a joke.
We're talking about
moves,
double
more
nuts.
combat moves.
You know, like.
Double nutters.
And there's Lisa.
If it's me, I need to know.
I need to know.
So this like
Where'd
here-
Johnny go?
He's
bathroom.
pooping.
Okay.
Well, so like this was
This is actually in Elmwood, Connecticut.
this was in Elmwood.
Beachland Park.
Yep.
It's actually slow motion. It's going really fast.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It
this
was slow motion.
Now, is that fish wire or?
No, that was
I don't
working
remember.
that day.
No, that's Lisa.
That's
That's Lisa.
The OG Lisa before me.
Yeah.
Now, Ricky, were you
That
open to
was-
slow motion in this scene, or did you fight against it?
That was before. What was that?
Were you open to the slow motion in that scene? Or
That was his idea.
Slow motion was a part of that one. Yeah. Because there was a lot. Well, that was the thing with a lot of this too, where like the initial jokes about just watching these two dudes roll down with music. Half of it was like about it being in slow mo. So there were back and forth bits about like how long should they be on screen. And I'm like, well, if they're just rolling and we're seeing them roll forever, we should at least put it in slow motion because then we're not physically recording the entire.
Are you on camera right now?
Yeah.
We have a little delay in the live shot.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There's
Yeah.
There he
Now
is.
it's 5 seconds later it'll show up. But yeah, but because of shooting it in the high frame rate allows us to shoot less but also expand out the shot.
Just know historically, you.
It depends on what it is.
Oh.
This is sad.
Rest in peace, Gold Rock.
R.I.P. Rock.
Gold Rock Diner was everything for like me and Tricky in our teens and 20s.
Wait, is this the place you guys told me that it's something new now?
It's an
It's
IHOP.
a friggin' IHOP.
No offense to IHOP, but you're not Gold Rock.
Total offense to IHOP.
Yeah. But here's the first time you ever see Graveyard Gill in color. I'm sorry, Nick.
Here he comes. There he is. There.
There's Graveyard Gill.
Oh, she looks way better in color.
It's not Graveyard Gill.
Graveyard Dickie.
Oh.
It's Graveyard
Bring
Zach.
that puppet, Nicole.
It's Backyard Nicky.
She liked it. She liked it.
I'm gonna play this motherfucking drum if y'all don't be nice
We haven't
to
even
me.
Switcher is on the drum.
Yeah, no, Nicky, don't touch the drum, please.
Oh.
I'm going
sad
home
face.
now.
You can play it after.
She's over it.
I'm going home.
Thank God. Anyways,
I told you guys my deep trauma about a drum and everything.
I didn't hear it. I wasn't here for that.
He wouldn't have listened.
There's Blue Suit Ricky, which is based on you, Ricky.
Yeah.
Love Monster.
Love Monster, which
I
is
remember
Mike.
me and Ricky grabbed all this shit.
Rick Allen's first performance in the film right here.
Oh
Where
yeah.
he eats the
Seriously,
wig.
like, let's kill this.
Which was a very impetus of making this movie was the whole wig eating thing. They were making fun of another shitty art film
What?
Bring it back.
where a guy, where the somebody ate a wig, I think, right?
No,
In
they
the art
were
film?
shoving hair down their throat.
Oh, okay. So
Punched
we were
through the wig.
punched through the wig.
That's
Yeah.
what you.
What a dumb fucking
We also
movie.
used the same thing.
There he is.
There's Gil.
We do.
What? Yeah.
And there's Ricky. Won't let me
Is
play
the
the drum.
Yeah,
Boo.
He's
Blue
holding it.
suit.
Vicky, you
There he
should
is
start
again.
wearing those glasses. Those
No.
blue glasses, yeah.
I don't do that.
Alright, good night,
See, now we're
nerds.
at
I have to
Sarah.
get up early.
Good night, Nicky. So
Good
do I.
night, Nicky.
Well, let's
Thanks,
see.
guys. I love you all. Thanks for
Love you
being
too.
friends with me on the
Get
internet.
on camera and say goodbye. Face that
Oh,
camera.
yeah. Which camera?
I'll
It
fucking
doesn't matter.
sleep when I'm dead.
I'll just stand in front of this other Nick. Bye, friends. Thank you. Thanks for chatting online.
Good night, Nikki.
Bye,
Cheers.
guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Make good choices.
No.
Never. We made Bernice. How could
Yeah,
we do that?
I run Elmo Productions. I've never made a good choice in my life.
You know I obviously mean continue to make the same choices.
Continue to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Johnny.
Skip says goodnight.
Alright, good night, guys.
Good night,
Love
Skip. We
you.
love you.
Or no, it's to Nikki. He's still,
Oh.
he's still hanging out.
Good night, Nicky.
Nicky.
Yeah.
Put the lid down. Yeah. Thank you.
I feel like Skip should be
We're
here.
losing a cat.
I know. I love
He's
Skip.
here in He said he's in Texas.
Johnny's like, I know, but he's one of our good fans. We love Skip.
Johnny's like, I never picked the lid up.
Oh, that's when he beat
Ah.
He's like, I'm beating the tub. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Instant
know the
drain.
sink was
Yeah,
off
not
limits.
bad. Not bad.
I just pissed out the
Matt
window.
Dillon from Singles going on.
Was
right
that
now.
your toothbrush?
No.
Now these two are whispering. They yelling at me for whispering.
I feel like Graveyard Kill has
Damn
to
it!
be shot
I
in
suck
black
at
and white.
movies. Don't take it from
Maybe
me.
that's
when I'm-
Johnny, have a seat.
I don't
Are you leaving?
Black and white's tricky.
Johnny,
Well,
Johnny,
yeah,
hold
well,
on. Johnny's
I'll be
here.
back.
Johnny, tell us more about your experiences with Elmo Productions.
Oh god, where to start?
Yeah,
Um,
At the beginning.
As soon as I showed up, they needed some guy to run the John puppet for the Jungle Man.
Oh, John the character. It's a
John the
purple
character.
J-O-H-N.
Just happened to have the same name. It was like my first puppeting gig. It was also my first puppet decapitation too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So,
That's hot.
That head is still.
it's actually the
Yeah.
only one I'm aware
I'm
of.
gonna take a quick pause. For copyright reasons, no, that was not Kermit.
Oh, the black puppet? No.
But it was a fork. Sorry.
No, it was a frog. It was a black frog, which is a
It was
real
a
thing.
fork.
But so Johnny, you played John in Jungle Man.
I
Yeah.
played John and Jungle Man. That was like I don't know.
Was that your first real project?
Yeah. Yeah. Then it was some
Killed it.
little things here and there.
Those
Yeah,
weird
Johnny.
things.
And
Guy got disemboweled by Jungle Man.
Disemboweled and
Straight up.
decapitated.
Tweaked his rumple mints and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the rumble is
I still don't know what that line means.
Not anymore.
Throwaway.
It was
It's
a
line.
it was a
It
thing me and my
Have you
friends
ever
used to say
had
when we were
Rumplemans?
14 because we got a bottle of
Should we
Rumplemans and we
I
got fucked
figured
up.
it was just
As the
like
liquor store
it was like
gave
season.
Oh God, no.
Never.
Tastes like a Christmas tree.
I was gonna say.
No, I know what it is.
Literally.
I just didn't know the
It's
rest.
Tuesday.
What does Rumplemans taste like, Mike?
Toothpaste.
Christmas tree.
No, that's
No,
gin.
it's gin.
No, Rumplemans tastes like a peppermint Christmas tree.
It tastes like peppermint, not a
Yeah, well, it tastes like
What do you put in your
gin.
Christmas tree? Candy cane.
Yeah, but anal.
The tree's over there now.
Yeah. Triggy's having another
Well,
bite.
the cameras are all over the place, so I don't know.
Is
There he
that
is.
even
There's
that
my
can't be
boy.
right.
You know it sounds like a minute delay.
My man.
I left a while ago though.
Now you're still here.
There's a full beer in front of me.
It's like an entire plot point in the movie Scream.
Wait, no. Thanks a lot, Brady.
Okay.
Good movie.
I don't think this one.
You just put your
Matthew
thing down.
Lillard. Love to work with that
Oh,
guy.
This one.
What the hell is this?
My wife
You get a
has
refresh,
the absolute hots for Matthew Lillard.
Same.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that guy.
there we
The
go.
only movie I liked him in was 13 Ghosts.
He was great in that movie.
SLC Punk.
What do we got?
We got one from
SLC
Dylan.
We got a question, guys.
God.
We got one from Dylan.
I hope it's about
What's up,
Matthew
Dylan?
Lillard.
He doesn't like making decisions. He just
Dylan?
Dylan does not like making decisions.
Okay, Dylan.
Same.
And you're all here still alive. I'm in the mood for another one of your movies tonight. I own Steve the Vampire. I just got Bernice. What other one should I get?
For
Gamers.
No!
Have you never,
Get out!
Yeah.
you've never
Get
seen
the fuck
Head?
out.
I want to watch whatever he just said.
You've
No.
never seen Head? We've
All
watched
right.
the most
No,
awards
so
of
we've got.
I want to watch
What do you say? He's got Steve the Vampire and Bernice.
Bernice. Yes.
So we've got a horror movie called Head, which is on YouTube as well. If you go to our Head playlist, you'll find it there. Or it's also available on Kings of Horror, Amazon, Tubi, please. If you want to watch something on YouTube, you can find Head there too. Or our first feature film, Josh and Todd, if you like comedies. It's about a guy who his id comes to life as a monster puppet and wreaks havoc on his life. If you really like Bernice, maybe check out Risley Brothers or Animal Behavior.
Watch it all.
Yeah, watch it all.
Josh and
But
Todd.
tonight before bed, I'd say Head or Josh and Todd.
Josh and Todd's funny.
I forgot about SLC Punk.
Yeah.
Everything else I
It's
use.
good.
Yeah,
I would say in the vein of Bernice, Josh and Todd is definitely.
It's very. It was shot on tape because it was from a different era, so don't expect the high quality you're getting with Bernice or Head or the newer
Totally
stuff.
worth it though.
But it's a really low budget. It's outlaw filmmaking. You know, like we do outlaw film, we do underground film. It's very much of the mid 2000s underground film vibe. You know, so if you like Kevin Smith stuff, Josh and Todd is right up your era. Right
And
up
it's with humans and puppets.
yeah, it's humans and puppets, and you see puppet boobies.
We like those.
Boobies.
Or Ghoulish Expeditions.
What up?
He wants Elmo's.
Our puppet movies called Poobies?
No, there's still boobies.
But if you're feeling frisky later, if you're still
Ghoulish
not-
Expeditions
Ghoulish,
for sure.
Ghoulish
If you
Expeditions.
like ghosts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
After
some-
you watch Josh and
some
Powderhead.
some 20.
Put it in your queue.
Some 20-something pretend
You
his
like
apartment's
Ghoulish
haunted.
Expeditions. I want this one.
If you love Graveyard Gill.
If you hate Graveyard Gill as much as I do,
If you actually hate Graveyard Gill, it's a running
I
joke.
do now. I think. I've committed to the bit,
Gotta ruin
Oh,
something.
but I
His
There's
own
more-
You're gonna be really disappointed because in October we're putting out 2 new Graveyard Gill shorts.
saw you guys film some of it. Ugh.
He loved it. He laughed. We made him laugh.
What,
Graveyard Gill never made me laugh.
what is it about it that you don't like?
No, he's just fucking around.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know now.
No, we gotta do that.
Somebody else.
I'm in too
Sort
deep.
of himself.
I'm in way too deep.
I see.
What's up?
Now I want to.
Anyone need a drink while I'm getting up?
I will do one, please. Thank you.
Anybody else while I'm getting up?
Now I
Yeah, I just filled up.
Look at the Graveyard Gill.
I was selfish. I just went on my own. Alright, just a couple more of
You
these.
need one, Ricky?
I can stop
Yeah,
whenever I
right.
Just
want.
take a moment.
I can just stop
Ricky,
whenever I
tell
want.
everyone
You're on
about
Salem,
Elwood Productions and why you're a part of it.
stop. You're on Salem, stop. North Haven, West Haven.
I'm responding to a comment.
He's commenting on a comment.
We are in dead air time. I'm sorry.
Dead air, dead air. Say something.
Dylan, I'm responding to your request.
Ricky's handling business. He's our businessman.
Yep.
Oh, hey,
Well, I'm
private
a
request.
production
Keep those
guy.
pants on, buddy. No one wants to see that here.
I was on camera.
Hey man, nice shot.
Alright.
Make sure you tune in and watch the rest of the Holy Toledos that are out there.
Yes!
Those are
Yes, Polards.
are
Yes,
fantastic.
yes.
I think we should all take our shirts off.
What?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, right? Am I saying something wrong? They're out there,
No.
right?
No.
They
Well, no, we kept it to Bernice too. You know, we could talk about
Yeah.
Holy Toledo. There's a whole lot of other episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there are a
If you-
couple more coming out.
And
We've
if you're
got-
part of
yeah.
the if you're part of the Rich Misfits fan club, then you should certainly
Oh,
go
God,
and
yeah.
watch. I'm a lifetime member of the Rich Misfits fan
Yeah.
club. You should go and watch. It's going into Rich's Mouth.
Oh yeah, we have a.
Oh,
we actually.
yes.
We just screened episode 4 for some people, for the people here. That's coming out at the end of the month, so there's more. There's more. It's going in Rich's mouth,
And-
that kind of stuff.
And if you're saying, "Gosh, I wish there was something out there for my kids to watch," Newest Animal Behavior is absolutely fantastic.
Or head.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're going with your growing of your kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want the kids to have nightmares?
Yeah.
Watch Head.
I am curious.
Thank
When everybody came here, were you all fans of puppets beforehand,
Oh, good question.
or was that something you learned? Because I know, walking into this, I had zero interest in puppets. I still continue to have very little interest in puppets.
But you are a Muppet fan.
I was a late introduction to the Muppets. I was an adult when I was introduced to that Muppets.
Because it was a different era.
Yes.
I just like putting my hand in stuff. So.
Did you have my camera for that
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
Somewhere?
horrible
Hey, I've had my hand in weirder things.
Whose glass is that?
Mine.
You ate a drink? You're the only one wearing
Ah,
glasses.
But was it like a adapt, or was it like I want to?
Let's let
do
Ricky
this?
answer that question first.
'Cause I think he's similar.
I'm
to
gonna respond to Skip, who said Randy Feltface is the reason he got into puppetry.
Oh, that's great.
Which is awesome.
know.
Randy
Dig,
Feltface.
dig
awesome.
deep. He's a stand-up comedian, actually. That's a puppet.
Australian, right?
Yeah.
Look
yeah.
up, I don't know the name of the film, but there was a short film live show thing with Randy Feltface. It was a prototype of Randy Feltface. I'm sorry, Skip, I don't know the name of it. There's another YouTuber who did a whole video about it. But it was a live show about like crazy stuff, and Randy was a character, and it became his own thing. If you ever see that live show, though, it's on YouTube. It's unbelievable. It's like the prototype of Randy Feltface. But it's also, there's two stand-ups who made it together. I'm sorry I'm being shitty with it, describing it, but so cool. Yeah. But Ricky, how did you get involved in Elmwood really? Because I know you were a puppetry fan.
That's my bad.
No, it's okay. But yeah, but how did you like? Yeah, put the camera on you, please. And how did you like though, Ricky? As I'm gonna use Ricky as the example for answering your question.
Yeah,
because he came from Ohio to Connecticut for a day job, and met Mike at a bar. And I'll let you explain it though, because you never wanted to make puppet movies. It wasn't your idea originally. Now you're obsessed with it. But
So yeah, like it was. I moved here. It's been 13 years now. 13 years ago,
Wow.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
welcome.
hey, I mean, I'm basically a Connecticuter.
You are a nutmegger,
You're a nutmegger.
You are a
nutmegger.
miserable
Pretty
East
much.
Coaster.
Yeah, and I there was a bar that I would frequent when I had my days off during the week, and Mike and his friend Nick would be there, and John would be there on occasion, and
It was John's bar before mine.
never yeah, it was it was.
That was my bar.
Yeah, I would just hang around, and one day they had like puppets with them, and I was drunk, as you are at
Wait,
bar.
what?
Yeah, right.
The puppets were too.
The puppets were smashed.
Yeah.
So, the puppets actually, I think,
Oh,
committed
it's
some
such kids.
some misdemeanors, but I'm not going to bring that up.
It's pending.
But yeah, I just went up and was like, "What?" I literally said, "What the fuck is the deal?"
That's literally what he said to me. He's like, "So what the fuck is this?"
I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it wasn't. And again, it wasn't like mean. It was just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" with puppets?"
Explain this to me. Yeah.
And they did, and then I came to an Elmwood hangout, and 12 years later, 11 years later, whatever it is, I'm here with this movie
And more.
promoting it and more, and
So like,
yeah.
like I know you were already like you understood the art of puppets and all that, but did you? And I know you never saw yourself as a filmmaker with puppets, but as a guy who is a puppet filmmaker, it's what I wanted to do since I was a kid and all that. Like I understand the idea of when did it hit you? I guess what I'm trying to ask you is like that puppetry isn't just a kids thing. Puppetry isn't just a comedy thing. Puppetry is not a genre. It's a medium for storytelling. When did it hit you that was a thing? Because you can do anything you want with puppets. You want Brad Pitt, you want to make a Brad Pitt puppet. You know, like it's not a genre. It's a medium. When did that hit you?
It was with Elmwood.
Was it with us?
It was with you guys, yeah, because I was always like, so I'm 37, so I'm raised on.
Thank you.
I'm literally raised on late stage
Nice.
Muppet Show reruns, Muppet Babies, Allegra's Window, Gullah Gullah Island,
Fucking Allegra's window.
Muppets Tonight a little bit, and then when you hit, you know, at my age, like you hit puberty, you grow out of that a little bit and try to think you're too cool for it, but then you always find your way back.
Nostalgia.
And it's-
I never
and
hit
nostalgia.
puberty at 37.
My voice is still cracking.
Huh?
What? But you always find your way back to just like you know it's good, and so like stuff like the Muppets movie, the Disney refresh,
The 2011 movie, The
2011
Muppets, yeah.
was right when I started my job up here, and I went and saw it with my parents when I was home for my holiday.
Because it came out on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yep. So I was able to go see that with them when I was able to go back home, and loved it. And where I do work, we had the off chance of being able to work with some of the performers and have some segments, which was awesome. And it kind of like drew that new light in. And then chance happening, meeting with John and Mike and Nick and all them at the bar and seeing what this was, and then doing some things here and there, and then producing Head because I wasn't trying to stay initially in Connecticut. I was trying to get out. I thought I was done with it. Yeah, I was trying to move to North Carolina, and so I said, well, I'll produce it even from afar, and I'll help with it as I can. I signed on to help. I'm going to do my part. Even if I'm not here, we'll figure it out. And it fell through, and I stayed on and helped like produce it and shoot it and do all the stuff from there. And that's when it was really like there's more to this than just the comedy and the puppets and kid friendly stuff. Like if you're able to, and John really put it in a really good mindset for me, especially with animation nowadays. Like for real, and learning and exploring more animation like outside of like Bakshi stuff and Fritz the Cat and just like in exploitative.
Well, Bakshi wasn't just exploitative, but his
right,
early
but
stuff,
but getting away from that, we're using animation to do things that we can't do because we want to do the wrong stuff in a way.
The naughty
You,
stuff.
the naughty stuff.
We are the wrong stuff.
But you can tell these stories with this same medium. You can tell these stories with these same characters. And while the productions are restrictive because you have to shoot around what you have limitations with what you can do with puppets.
It makes you more creative, though.
But it also makes you more creative, and you have more control over a lot of things too. So if you want a puppet that looks a certain way, you can make it. If you want a puppet that does a certain thing physically, you can make it and you can perform it, you can practice it. And there's a lot of creativity and a lot of really interesting opportunities and avenues that you can take with puppetry. And that's something I found out. Like, I was going through film school, and everyone goes into film school wanting to be a director, and after my freshman year, I was like, no, I want to be an editor. That's what I really like doing. I like editing. And
Idiot. No,
yeah.
just kidding.
Kind of in a way.
Kiss
But
you
even in a
down.
way,
No, I'm just
puppetry
kidding.
teaches you, especially through us, like
You have to be
puppetry teaches you
creative.
how to be creative in the edit through the production process because you have to hide everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of editing is hiding. It's hiding, mistakes. It's hiding gaffes in the production.
Or story beats.
It's
that's
hiding
what I'm saying.
story beats.
Yeah.
It's hiding the narrative until you want to reveal the narrative. So, the working with these guys in the puppetry really enhanced that ideal for me. On this is more than just silly stuff, funny things like Hobo Joe and Joe the Hobo. Playing with semantics, because we could have done this with humans. This whole bit's a whole it's all built on semantics.
Yeah.
But with these guys, we were able to have that opportunity to control every aspect of what we needed to with them. And you can take that with any other piece of the medium.
Where I was gonna go with this, like you look at a movie, I'm gonna interject. I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind. But you look at a movie like Clerks. It's just two guys talking.
Can't see you.
You barely see them move. You barely see them do anything. It could have, and it would have been more dynamic with puppets. He hit the button. It's on a delay.
Yep.
Refresh your feed, it'll pop up. So like so like if you look at a movie like Clerks, and I love Clerks. Clerks is one of my favorite movies, and maybe you want to help me say if this guy can make a movie, I can make a fucking movie, And if you did that with two puppets, I'm not gonna say it would have been more popular quicker, but it would have got more attention quicker for sure.
They did alright.
They did fine, but I'm just saying, but the point is, it's like I was saying before, it's not a genre, it's a medium for telling a story. Everyone gives animation, oh my god, you can do a horror movie with animation, you can do a drama with animation, you can do a musical with animation. As soon as people see a puppet, well, it's for kids, and but that's only in America. You go to Europe, you go to Japan, you go anywhere else in the world, puppetry is for everyone. It's a very Americanized thing that's for kids. And I'm proud to be one of those people who told me to break down. Elmwood is proud to be one to break down that barrier.
Thanks a lot, Jim Henson.
But also, that was one of the banes of his existence, was that he did
He
Sesame
was
Street.
stuck to it. He was stuck to it.
He loved Sesame Street that brought the revenue in for him to make the things he wanted to do. But once he did Sesame Street, people wouldn't let him do adult things. That's why the Muppet Show, they did 2 pilots before it got picked up, and because it was so adult. They did SNL for the first season to show people that we're not just Sesame Street, And Jim Henson always was like very much, it's a medium for telling a story, not a genre. And that's why he did Dark Crystal, that's why he did Labyrinth, that's why he licensed The Witches, that's why he was okay, even though he wasn't a violent guy, he was like, let's do Ninja Turtles, because he knew that it would break that door open for puppetry. And that's my joke is always I want to do one of each. I want to do a horror movie, a comedy, a romantic comedy, a bromance, an action film, character study, every genre of film, whatever. Documentary. Like, I don't know. I want to do whatever genre of film you can think of. I want to make it with puppets because you can.
Or just Bernice too.
Sketch comedy.
Sketch comedy.
It falls under sketch comedy for sure.
Yeah. Dylan had another question.
What's up, bro?
Are most movies as pretentious as they seem? No.
No, but Ricky Passmore is.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I just make
making me
define
kneel.
pretentious. Define pretentious though.
Hereditary.
What?
No, Hereditary's not that pretentious.
It's a little.
It's got a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's not that bad.
I hope watching us talk about Bernice 2 and movies in general tonight You see, we're not pretentious. We're silly. I may be a little pretentious talking about genres and all that, but like, we're trying to have a good time.
Pretentious, we're American.
We're incapable.
I'm
You know, but when it comes to indie film, there's a lot of pretension involved. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less the filmmaking in general, because like, you can, if you really wanted to break it down, like Hollywood films are a business. They're all about making money, and if they can make a good movie and make money,
Camera on you?
more power to them. But at the same time, there are filmmakers out there that do stuff that are very much in their own heads and very much for their own way. And there are ways that. Why are you throwing pretzels?
Yeah.
See, we're not pretentious. We're throwing pretzels on it, or whatever. But they can be. They can have their. Every film can have their own pretension in some way,
Right.
because pretentious nature is pride.
And
That's
Bernice too,
what
we
it
were
is.
parodying pretension for sure.
Yeah, there was parody and there was satire within that, production, but there's also a lot of genuine love for the art form, for film, for
puppetry
for
and puppet
puppetry,
making.
and for music, and for creativity and collaboration and different styles. Like you see that in the music too. Like we've got ska, for fuck's sake.
Listen,
And
people say
people-
rock and roll.
There's so many people that fucking hate ska. And like, why? What's wrong?
I'm
with
gonna
you?
paraphrase. I'm gonna paraphrase Steve Albini, rest in peace. Where he's like, people keep saying rock and roll is dead. They haven't killed fucking ska. How dare you say rock and roll is dead?
Right.
And I fucking love ska.
I do too. But we had ska, we had experimental like indie, we had
Folk rock.
folk
Right,
rock,
let's
we
stop
had
talking
little
about
jammy stuff, like
Back, stop talking about him. They can't see you.
Skip has said, what I like about your videos is the organic dialogue. Watching it made me feel like I was on a camping trip with my friends.
Yes, that was how I wrote it. I mean, as the guy who wrote
The
that,
whole
I can
idea.
say that was. I wanted to write a movie that felt like it was real. And what's cool about that movie is I wrote it to sell the script. I didn't write it for Elwood to make it. I wrote it to get it off my chest because we didn't make it. There was another horror movie we wanted to make that failed. And we never made it. And out of like bitterness, I'm like, I'm gonna write the horror movie I wanted to make. And then when it was done, I'm like, I want to sell the script. And then I didn't. So it was like, Mike went, why aren't we making that horror movie then? And we made Head Next. Because we had nothing on deck. And, yeah, but it was written to be, like, somewhat real. Like, I mean, it's a corny horror movie, for sure. But yeah, it's like you're hanging out with your buddies, having a conversation, and somebody's their head cut off.
Right.
I just saw a great review, actually, online. There's a video review. It's two people talking about it. And they talk about, like, all the kills are the same. They're like, what's the best kill? That's one of the things they always do. It's hard to pick a best kill because everyone dies the same way. And I'm like, well, have you seen Jaws? Because Head was Jaws. You don't see the killer till the end. Everyone just has conversations.
How
and
many
then people
different
die.
ways can a shark bite you?
Right. And the movie's called Head because everyone's their head cut off. But then they goofed on the most improbable kill, which was Joe. Because they're all sitting there having a conversation, they turn around, Joe's head's going off. I'm like, well, yeah, but when I wrote that, I knew that was impossible. But we were making a fantasy film, so it's okay, But I love their review. I even messaged them to say thank you, because the only thing they were wrong about was well, they all die the same. Well, the movie's called Head. They get their heads cut off. Of course, they all die the same.
Yeah. But that's also part of the satire of the movie. Is
Right.
Like, these guys are so wrapped up within their own bullshit.
They miss these
That
other.
they
obvious things.
miss an obvious
But the
decapitation.
conversations are
right
very,
behind them.
yeah, and the
But the conversations
are
are-
very natural.
Right.
Some of that came from the performances. Like I'll use myself and Mike
But I'm just saying, like
and Ben.
Man, use me
But-
however you
yeah,
want.
like-
But I'm
we
just
were
saying,
very
like,
natural.
but the emotion behind it and the character development is that these people are so wrapped within their own shit.
Still your Steve.
Is that
Yo, East Coast
they're
is
too
fast.
busy dealing with their own drama to forget or to realize that hey, our buddy's right behind us,
And they're so
That was
involved in their own bullshit, they don't see.
and that's the bit of the joke
Right.
is that
right.
like get out of your own shit and pay attention.
So Dylan, I'm so glad you dug that because that's what we were going for, and I appreciate that. Thank you. You got it. You got the film. Yeah.
Nick S has asked, or Nick S. That's Nick Y.
I mean, I got some S's.
But Nick Estes said, you guys need some guac or some hummus for the pretzels.
Never mind.
Oh, we have it.
He's
no.
not with me.
We actually have
He's not with
avocado
me.
guac.
But then he also said, have you considered a sequel, Bernice 2?
Ooh, we've been joking about like a Bernice sequel called Bernice Again. There's another sketch comedy film we want to make. We have a title for it, but it would be R-rated instead, so it'd be a little naughtier. I don't think Bernice needs a sequel. Head needs a sequel. I don't think Bernice does.
I always wanted
Skip said that would be Bernice squared.
There you go.
Would it be like Alien 3 though, where the 3 was above the, so it would be Bernice with a 3 above?
Are you saying the movie would suck?
Yeah.
If you gave the
I actually
director a
just
chance,
rewatched it recently. Yeah, it's not great. It has a
been
promise, but it's
Nick
not
said it
great.
best. Give the director a chance. Yeah.
It would have been good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do agree with
Could've
him.
been good.
The idea was there.
Studios
the
fuck
studio
movies
fucked
all the
that one.
time. That's why Elmwood is creator driven. We'll leave it at that.
And we're poor.
Or
But
David
we're also
Fincher is
creator
overrated.
driven.
Oh my god, we're so poor. How poor are
Or
we?
David Fincher is overrated.
Who directed
Sure.
David Fincher directed Alien 3.
Be careful who you insult on video now because you may
And
kiss
then
their ass later,
The
Nick.
French guys that did the contestant did for.
I love ass.
We're so poor, we gotta use both sides of the toilet paper.
Oh, I do that.
Good lord.
John liked that one.
Just fold it.
The first time John chimed in 45 minutes.
No way! He chimed in.
He chimes.
We made him.
He chimes in.
You guys want that avocado dip? What's up? You called us out on it. We have
I
some
know.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
We can do it to appease our viewers.
That's
We can do it to appease Nick.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Do it then.
I want
Yeah,
Dylan
let's
just said,
try
sounds
it.
like I might hit.
A lot of your
Sounds like I
box
might
also
hit
did.
head up first because
Nick.
I have a rough
Nick.
time with horror, and since like he's out with Josh and Todd.
Great way to do it.
Dylan, that's an excellent way of thinking about it. We were actually talking about, Nick here was talking about watching something.
Ghoulish Expeditions?
We put that on the queue, yes. But
Queue.
you were going to watch a
It's
movie.
hard to spell.
But
What was I gonna watch?
Graveyard Kill.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make a Graveyard Kill movie. We're gonna write it.
It's
We
old
write
Nick
it.
fucking hates that guy.
Come on, use your boy muscles.
It's green.
Dude, you can't say that now.
Rick and Nick
What?
are writing a Graveyard Kill movie.
Sorry.
I don't know how many chromosomes he
This
has.
is YouTube. This is Facebook.
What? Sounds great.
I was proud of you.
Assuming,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nick here was going to watch Long Legs,
He's
but
got
then
one
he was going to
tonight.
chase it with Bernice too. And I said, that's probably a good idea.
And I'm still here. I was gonna leave.
If that was you, he would have had no problem.
But you're having
with
such a
that.
good time.
You
so it doesn't
guys,
matter.
you're addictive. I don't know what it is. I don't
We are like.
I don't even like you.
We're the
You tried.
For it. It's going in Rich's
but
mouth.
you love us.
Don't ever do
Right,
that.
that's what it is.
Avocado
We're the blue kind
salsa.
of meth.
Dun 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 salsa shirt.
I
I
can't
can't figure you guys
fresh
out.
episode of It's Going in Rich's Mouth right now.
Happening live.
You're missing it.
Should we give plugs before it gets
You're,
too late?
you're missing the episode
Save
of
it.
Rich's Mouth right now.
Is it just dicks?
But it's not on this thing.
No, it is.
That's good,
Oh,
actually.
it is. Okay.
It's different.
Mm.
You know why? Because you look at it and you're thinking like
We're
spinach
making an episode of
artichoke,
Rich's Mouth right now.
I'm saying.
but it's avocado salsa.
Right.
But it's like a mild. It's like a little zest to it. Little.
My favorite part is that he's
Little
amazed
zing.
that it's possible.
Avocado.
It's unbelievable.
But it's salsa.
It's half salsa.
I don't get it.
Half guacamole.
Hold on a
Wah
minute.
wah wee wah.
Whoa, what?
I've seen salsa mixed with cheese before,
No.
but avocado that's
Ricky, your favorite
That's
part of the movie
ludicrous.
just showed up. When you played,
All right,
played Trench Coat.
I'm done.
I'm live on Instagram right now too. Just
Oh, nice.
saying, if you're watching this, go to Elmer
Why?
Productions
Stop.
YouTube page and follow us there because we're live streaming.
We are.
Multiple watch-alongs at this point at Bernice 2. And also go
Lisa's-
buy it at elmwood.vhx.tv and watch it along with us.
We know Lisa's
We're on YouTube. Lisa is watching. Mike is here.
Lisa's always watching you.
Johnny's here.
Possible.
Nick is here. Rich is here. John's here. Tricky's here.
And
Rick
Corvo's
Corvo's in the bathroom.
somewhere. Yeah.
But yeah, we're here, and I'm just multitasking at this point.
So I watched.
Crickets?
Who's the camera on?
You guys.
It's on us. All right. I was gonna say something like deep and prophetic, but
We should just kiss instead.
Dude, Jim, his hair is fucking sharp as shit.
I'm bleeding.
You gotta watch out.
Ouch.
It's extra sharp
I
now.
lost my mouth for
I got
Jandy.
32,000 COVID
So-
shots now.
I feel like we're gonna be wrapping up soon. What time is it?
What are we wrapping
It's
up?
10:30. We've been going for 95 minutes now.
It's longer than Bernice's.
It is long. The movie's 102
60.
minutes.
It's a great the movie's 61 minutes.
Yeah. Fine. Be technical.
It's shorter than Saving Private Ryan.
Which makes it better than Saving Private Ryan. Saving Ryan's
Pretty good
Privates.
movie, Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Ryan. Rich is going for more dip. He likes
I
it.
am.
So what I want to say, cause I know I'm on the main camera, and I just want to say before I don't want to forget, is
yet?
it's all you guys that keep us going. Whether you're watching this now live or you're watching it later, thank you guys all for your support. Whether it's through just buying the merchandise, buying the DVDs, going on the coffee page or the Patreon, or following us on all social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Those are the things that keep us going, and we really appreciate all of you. We do this for us, and we're grateful you enjoy it. And also thank you to the cast and crew of everything we've done. Whether it's Bernice 2, the new stuff we've made. We got new stuff coming out every week.
Something of it.
Yeah, we got new stuff coming out every week on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Almost every week now through September of next year. A whole year's worth of new stuff every Friday with Animal Behavior, Rich's it's going in Rich's Mouth, Holy Toledo, Poetry
Hey,
Corner,
no one put on that title.
Love Monster, Bad Monster. I'm forgetting some other, a bunch of other random skits and shorts.
You
We've
are
got-
welcome.
Thank you. But it means a lot to me that people are watching the shit that we do, and it's cool because there's a lot of creators out there who don't have people who give a shit, and we're grateful to have people who give a shit. And we're gonna keep making it. We make it for us. We're glad you like it. Keep liking it.
Tricky doesn't give a shit.
What?
Tricky's kids don't give a shit, but Tricky gives
Tricky's
a shit.
a honey badger. You don't give a shit.
Honey Badger don't care. And thanks to all the cast and crew of Bernice too, because right now this movie wouldn't be online. This movie wouldn't be there if we didn't make the movie. We wouldn't have made the movie without all you people. So thank you.
We won awards.
It won an award.
One flippin' award.
We would have made it, but nobody would have given a shit.
Yeah.
For real.
So that's that, I guess. Any other questions coming through, or should we start wrapping this up maybe? I thought this was going like a half hour. So the fact that we're at 95 minutes
Holy
is
shit,
great.
for realsies.
So here's what we're gonna say. Last call for questions. Send them in now.
Starting Nick says that's processed crap. Come on, Elmwood, you're better than that for the Tostitos.
Hey, listen, we're broke.
What you're hearing.
Donate better food.
Pete, he also said you can't tell, but Pete hides vodka in that water bottle.
Oh, we can tell.
You caught me.
It's not vodka. It's Twisted Teas.
It's placenta.
He also said Bernice is awesome,
Thank
and
you.
so are all of you. Keep on keeping.
Thank
You
you.
guys are very
so
talented.
much.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
so
Nick.
much.
And Skip said, thank you all for bringing much content featuring us, we people of felt.
The felt people.
You know, we're really, I don't know what camera's on, but we're really grateful to have a lot of people in the publisher community liking what we do and supporting us too, which is good. So thank you to our publisher friends. Yeah. And if you want a Bernice 2 screening in your area, let us know.
Hit us up.
We bring the party, that's for sure. What?
We're just buying.
Or buy the DVD or the VHX.
I mean, you can buy the DVD, and honestly host your own screening.
Yeah, we're okay with that. Let us know.
Tricky will show up.
Yeah, we'll
Yo,
promote it.
legit,
Yeah,
you
we'll
want to host your own screening, we'll promote it.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to our friends at Terror Films for supporting Head so much.
Yeah.
Amen.
Also, Time Machine.
Time Machine.
Time machine?
We made a good fucking movie, guys. Thank you guys.
We did.
And we're back to the June bugs.
Love you, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mike.
So last call. We'll give it 3 more minutes. Any more questions? Anything we got? We will wrap this up.
Oh, he's going. Johnny's going. Get the
Right.
dip.
It's not bad.
It's avocado salsa.
It's got a little heat I didn't expect.
It's so
not
much
bad
fun
heat,
because
though.
this
It's
is a
mild.
free episode of It's Going in Rich's Mouth.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
Live.
I mean, we can
Right.
make that happen.
No. It's
I have a question.
Nick's got a question, guys.
I got a question. It's kind of, you guys have alluded to this in the past, and it's just baffling to me because this would give me so much anxiety if it was me doing it. But you guys film out in public.
Yeah.
All the time.
In a real cemetery.
Yes, that
Right.
was real.
So like how?
Right up the road.
Like what is that like? Are there people around being like, what are they?
Man,
This
we
one?
went to this real cemetery in Bristol, Connecticut,
Yep.
and we set up, and we went there early afternoon on a Sunday. And our attitude was, we're gonna set up in this corner of it and start shooting. We'll move around, and if anybody gives us the stink eye, we'll move. We'll get away from them.
It was just like you just showed up, you had permission, and
No, we didn't get we didn't go look for permits or anything. We just went and did it. We almost never look for like permission. We just go. Oh, we'll get permission, but like something like this, we were like, let's just go. If they throw us
If it's
out,
public, if it's
Very
a public
guerrilla
space,
film.
Right.
yeah, we'll
Right.
do our best to not be in his
In
way.
public.
And what was amazing is the day of we were there, and there were people in that cemetery like dropping flowers off at graves, and they'd see us with the cats, and they would just laugh. And I really do think it was part of it was like people were just happy to see some joy in the cemetery.
See, they didn't see it as disrespectful.
No one gave
because there was nothing disrespectful we were doing.
We weren't.
We weren't
That-
making a horror
that's
movie
part
in a
of it too,
cemetery.
yeah.
We weren't making zombies, which could be disrespectful to the dead that are there. We were making a thing with puppets and being silly.
I mean,
But
outside
also the
gun,
gun was
yeah.
kept. If
Yeah,
people looked at
details,
us,
away.
but honestly, if people were around us, we hid the gun.
Sure.
You know, like because we knew that's I'm pro gun control, but I'm also pro guns. Like,
Oh, did we ever mention
So-
that's like a pellet gun, by
it
the
is
way?
it is an airsoft.
It's an airsoft
Actually,
gun,
it's
by the way, everybody.
It's pre-orange tip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we took the orange tip off it, which is only if you're traveling with it is a federal offense. You can break it off if you want.
It's also really.
But also
It's also-
when we were done, we
puppets
put the
on.
orange tip back on it before we left. So those of you who know, don't break the orange tip off your toy guns.
Also, who are we shooting in a cemetery? They're all
Right.
dead already.
Yeah. But everyone that was there thought they laughed and like the band stuff was not shot in the cemetery. Just the cats and all that. That was shot somewhere else. And we just edited together to make it look like it was
Shout
all
out
one
editing.
place. Yeah. Good job for Ricky. Yeah.
What's up, bushes?
Yeah, and everyone who was there that day just kind of. Honestly, if there was a funeral, we would have left.
Yeah.
If we got there that day and somebody was having a funeral, we would not have stuck around.
Sure.
Out of
It's like
respect.
somebody like mourning by a headstone or something. We're not gonna.
We would have
film
gone
around
away
them.
from them,
Yeah.
but anyone who was there doing that saw us and giggled. I think it gave them a little bit of joy to see a wheelchair with puppets in it. You know?
I think the Elmwood one, we only saw one person.
Oh, when we shot
Oh,
Elmwood?
the
There was
entry,
only one
the entryway.
person. I think
Yeah.
they were just.
Oh, the Elmwood
driving.
Cemetery. Yeah, they
with
didn't
the
care.
banner with the
Yeah.
awning.
When
Yeah.
we shot
This is
Elmwood
all- this is
Cemetery in
all
Bernice,
Bristol,
Connecticut,
yeah.
Yeah, and this is the.
Again, back to editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
But,
just see.
yeah, there's just there's genuine, pure emotion and love and happiness that's in this, and
With
it's
this
not.
whole movie, man.
Yeah, and it's not saccharine in any way. Like it's
No,
pure.
it's not fake.
When we were actually shooting this, and you did the scene where little Ripper jumps into John's arms.
Yeah, he hugs him.
Tina almost got choked. Tina was getting
Oh, I
choked
did.
up.
I did the first time I did
Yeah.
it. When it landed on the
Choked up.
edit, I had to stop for a second. I'm like, this.
It worked.
Yeah.
When it hits your editor on first cut,
People reacted to that scene. I remember the premiere. There was a few
I
times
remember.
I'm looking around
watching
the
that. I
audience.
was in it.
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
Ripper.
At the
so, like,
premiere screening back in February of 2022, looking at the audience, looking at the person who was next to me, and seeing people just choke up. Like, it was like, wow, we made a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
We did it.
and then there's the Jumpman stuff. which
And then we.
Yeah, but
So-
this is freaking
so
awesome.
dumbass,
I
really,
love
like-
the end of this movie.
Yeah, the last like 15 minutes of the movie is I mean, the whole movie is brilliant.
I actually got
15
green
minutes.
screen shit to work for
From
the first
jump
time.
from the Junebug scene, that cemetery scene to the end is brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Because again, it goes from the sweet and wholesome
to the absolutely fucking absurd.
Bonkers, yeah, absurd.
But it gets sweet again once
At the very end, yeah.
happens.
And part of that's Arthur's music too, like that helps.
Shout out to Arthur. He
Arthur
did an
Benson,
amazing
Arthur
job,
Lewis Benson. Find him on Spotify. Find him everywhere.
Buy physical media.
Buy his music online.
Yes.
He doesn't have CDs out yet, but he should. But like, buy his stuff,
If
man.
he's on
Like,
Bandcamp, buy it.
yeah, download his stuff so you have it forever.
Go see him if he performs a show in your area.
It's rare, but do it. But check him out. He's great. He essentially scored the film. And yeah, like, we were lucky with the bands, but like, yeah, Arthur's stuff like was the soul of the film in a lot of ways because he was there through the whole movie. Yeah, and there's Steve the Vampire randomly in this movie, unrelated to anything, but yeah.
But he pops up in a lot of this too. Like there was a lot.
This
of
movie
Elmwood
was a
history
tribute to
back
20
too,
years
yeah.
of us doing this.
Yeah, there's a lot of Elmwood history
And this
going back and
happy-
forth. in these.
Do I look happy?
When I look at that's Eric. That's Eric again from Josh and Todd. That's his voice.
My man.
This movie was also the sketch comedy being silly. We also wanted to give tribute to 20 years of us doing this as a group. There's been a lot of people in and out these 20 years, but like we wanted to thank everybody in some ways by having them in this movie. The premiere night was the 20th anniversary party of Elmwood Productions, and there's a little bit of the whole history throughout it. Even the Rocket thing was a movie we never made. That there's a making of the movie we never finished on YouTube because we blew it, but then we made it work for this. You know, like. It's just something cool about this that like we wrapped up a 20-year history of us, and then moved on to the new things that are just way cooler too. Look at that rocket go though.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
If you watch the making of videos, there's a bit where you see the rocket land inappropriately because the parachute didn't blow right, and it just went straight to the fucking ground.
All the different angles, and they
Nosedive.
progressively get worse based on the camera too, which made
Because
it
we had like
more
4 different cameras that were cheaper.
We had 5 different cameras.
Was it
going on
5?
this one, yeah.
Did you actually shoot
And then-
it at a higher frame rate?
Yes, the
Did you?
yeah the
And that's That's real, actually. That's a real scene.
Yeah, I was in an airplane.
No, it's not true. We shot it into space that far.
Yeah, I was in an airplane. I was following the fucking
The
shot.
plane, yeah, you were in a plane.
I had to follow
Not
the
sure
shot.
we
And then that
shot
was you in
and that
space
was me in
watching
space.
it.
Yeah, with the
Yes.
tricky brain rock.
None of this is
Actually,
fake.
we shot Tricky into space.
With the
He
being
did
tricky
it.
with the puppets and
That's what I'm
Ricky's the
saying.
camera.
With a tricky
Honestly,
brain
we're,
rocket.
we're not
This
sure.
all happened in space.
Look how
We're not
good it
sure
is.
if this is the real Tricky.
That was a clone.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
This could possibly be alien Tricky.
We'll never know.
But yeah, we.
I don't know who that is, but it's fine.
Yeah.
The first one was shot at 120 and slowed down to match, and then we sped it back up, and then we had like the 4 other cameras just to kind of have.
What was-
Every action film has that.
Ray.
whole
Ray was your buddy.
It works.
Yeah, Ray Roberts helped us shoot that scene, which was awesome.
Thank you, Ray.
Yep,
Ray,
appreciate
Ray.
you, thank you.
Thanks, fella.
But
Wherever you
yeah,
are
that
now.
was, yeah, he's chilling. Yeah, and then Tricky
Honestly,
finally fucking gets his coffee.
Get my
Finally
coffee,
got his
ate
coffee.
coffee,
Yeah.
Because Todd's the fucking man, that's why.
Todd hooks me
And
up.
Todd is the lead character in our first feature film. That was the whole point. Bring Todd back. You know.
Space coffee, it's the best.
And that would make sense for Todd to be in space on the couch.
Yes.
Because he spent half of Josh and Todd on the couch.
Yeah.
You know, just hanging
And
out drinking beers.
he's also
Talk
an
about
id,
that
so
Right.
Talk about that
he's
last
very
week.
much a
Josh and Todd?
he's a
No,
psychological.
the-
character.
Oh, that?
in your garage.
We,
there
so
with
so
the-
this scene was supposed to be this big spaceship. We were gonna do all this green screen and all this kind of stuff. And I had to do my day job that day, and we were gonna like set up the green screens in my garage and just go. And we weren't even 100% sure what we were gonna do for the background once we had the green screen up. We figured it out as we go. And then I come home from work, and Ricky and Mike and Tricky are here in my garage setting up. And this couch I was throwing away. That couch is in my garage. We're gonna bring it to the road for the next day for the bulk pickup. And I show up, and Ricky's like, "Hear me out. I have an idea." And he was nervous, man.
We talked about it all.
Really,
day,
I don't
all
know if he's
morning
gonna buy this. I don't know if he's
And
gonna.
I'm like,
he's gonna
"What's up?
wanna
What's
hear
up?"
this.
And I was like, and I just started a new job and all that. I'm like, "All right, what's up? What's up? What's up?" And he's like, "What if Todd's just on the couch in space?" And I went, "Let me get changed and freshen up.
That's
Let's
fucking
fucking do it. It's fucking amazing. That's a grand idea, Todd." Because he's in Josh and Todd. He's on the couch till half the movie. Like, not half the movie, but he's on the couch a lot. And I'm like, that's. I don't know if you meant it that way or not, just because the couch was there. But I was just like, that. What a brilliant idea. Just have a couch floating in space. And Tree jumps off the rocket and lands on the couch, and Todd gives him the coffee instead of going to a spaceship. Like, one, it simplifies it. And 2, it's gonna look cool. And did it look cool?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That became our bumper at the end of every YouTube video for like 2 years. Was it 2
Yeah,
on the
him-
couch?
I looped him
Or just him waving.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
yeah. So we're from the premiere to
Yeah.
this year.
Till this year, we knew when Rich getting hit by the chair.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites.
And I love this where the feet
Yeah.
hit the ground.
Yes.
The feet
Oh,
hit
yeah.
the ground.
When he starts walking.
You can walk.
You what?
Yeah,
You
dude.
can talk.
You never asked.
Live
When
performance.
I wrote that scene, I was so proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, "Fuck, that's brilliant." I'm so proud of myself right now.
You laid it out pretty good.
Every once in a while, I pat myself on the back, and this whole closing scene was a pat on the back for me. And Ricky killed it.
That's a good.
So what I've been
That
told-
flower is still in the puppet studio. The
It is.
Tootie.
So what I've been told all night is that we have to show Nick Bernice.
Because he's only seen it once. Yeah.
Well, we've watched it twice.
No, I mean the,
Or
the
two, 3 times.
Bernice.
I have
Oh,
watched.
he needs
the
to meet the
original
real Bernice.
Should
Yes,
we?
the whole
Should I
Bernice.
just pull it up and throw it through the live?
For what?
Just put Bernice on.
Oh, the short film?
and just show everyone as we get out of here because I can do it.
Let's
through
make
this.
that how we wrap it up. Okay.
If you can make
Alright.
Any
that.
last
I'll make
questions? You
this.
got 1 minute to give us questions. If not,
Ask us questions.
you are going to watch
I'm
the,
gonna-
the original
Yeah,
Bernice
I'm
skit.
We're gonna pull this up so I can hide a little bit of my.
And we're all going to leave the room and let it play.
Oh my god, they're
We're
gonna
gonna finish it up. So I'm just gonna hide my screen. So.
Any more questions, people? No? Good, thank you.
Ask them now. Ask them now. Or forever hold your unit.
I will say, my
I'll
camera.
let John.
Is the camera on me?
I think it is.
I want to say.
Yep, I'm gonna zoom in.
Alright. Wow, he's zooming in on me.
Wow.
You're wearing a button up. He has to.
It's my Superman shirt. Dun, 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 dun.
Say I love 311.
I
Oh.
never forget 311.
Please forget 311.
Pour one
Let me know
out.
when you're ready, Ricky.
You can.
311 and
run it.
Sublime is the same band, right? Pretty sure they were.
I think so.
Might as well be. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us tonight to watch this live chat about Bernice 2 and all things Elmwood. Please subscribe to Elmwood Productions here on YouTube. Please follow us on social media. The primary ones we use are Facebook and Instagram. We have a blog spot. We have .com, elmwoodproductions.com.
Yes, we do.
We have a coffee page, ko-fi.com. We have a Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, you get exclusive stuff, which is great. ElmwoodProductions.vhx.tv is where you can buy or rent Bernice 2. $6 to own it, $4 to rent it. So why not own it?
I can't take this serious. John looks like Gigi fucking Allen.
I do.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna shit on myself or cut myself open though.
Damn it!
So thank you guys all so much for watching tonight. Thank you for being an Elmwood fan.
Thank you so much.
To everyone who's ever followed us over the past 22, 23 years. We got more coming every week, new videos on YouTube. You guys all mean the world to me because not just the people in this room, but all the Elmwood Productions and everyone who watched our shit. You guys are helping me make my dreams come true, and that means the world to me. So thanks so much, and I think that's the last.
Can we do a shout out to Ronnie?
And Ronnie
Let's
Rose
go.
Jr., who hung
Let's
out
go,
with us a couple
baby.
weeks ago. We made a music video with him. It's coming out soon. So make sure you check him out. Check out all the bands in the movie on Spotify or wherever you can find them.
Hell
Go to elmwoodproductions.com. All their links are there to find out their shit.
Merch.
Buy our
stuff.
t-shirts, our hats, because that keeps us making movies. Without your support, we don't make anything.
It's
Thank
going
you,
in
Ricky.
Rich's mouth.
And I think that's all I got. Love you guys, really.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's watch the Ricky. Put on that original Bernice 2 short. Bernice
Actually
short
trying to
film.
find it right now.
He's trying to find it. If you go to 28 seconds, the playlist is the last movie on it. It helps.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
On Elmwood's 20
Elmwood Productions. Look for the playlist. Go to 28 seconds, and it should be the last film in the playlist. Again, before Ricky puts that on, just thank you so much. It really means the world to me. We have some amazing stuff coming out.
Yeah.
We're making some new movies next year that will blow us away, let alone you. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little weird. Yeah, that's all I got. Love you guys. Love all of you.
Thanks for being fans.
Thanks for, like Mike said, thanks for being
Thank you.
fans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love everyone who made this movie. Almost. And good night.
He's out.
I'm gonna cry. I'm a beer.
Graveyard Guild movie coming soon.
You don't hate it.
Yeah, we got
Don't
it.
hate it.
Bernice! 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 Johnny?
What?
Who the fuck is Bernice?
I don't know. Who the fuck are you? How'd you get in my bed?
Oh,